think I give a fuck about a view, homie?
What up, everybody? Hopefully everybody's okay. Sorry I'm a little late, man. I just got in.
Stupid songs about a 40-year-old beggar, just another wheelchair, so I shouldn't even sweat it. Take your Gomer Pyle haircut, have an ass, and get to step it. I ain't even mad, bro. You know that I'ma take a loss. I ain't really that, though. You know
how is everybody doing today? King Sly? I was over there.
Playing with that fire, boy, you know I had to burn you. Your channel's not an example of what people should turn to. You don't have to like me.
Tonight, I think we're gonna go over something like classic Dickers or something.
Oh, you're gonna sub now, man?
Since RTU is afraid to stream. Bro, so Rich, we gotta talk about how you're a chicken shit and about how you won't stream when I stream. Like, if I put down a time before you, you won't stream. But if I don't, you'll get up on stream, bro. Like, you're the biggest chicken shit I have ever seen in my life, bro. You went from streaming 5 days a week to 3. You used to stream every day, and now you only stream 3 times a week. Little bitch boy. I'm gonna starve you out. I do. But I'm one of those types of people that oh Lord. God damn. So PWR is gonna play fucking Simpsons Hit and Run? All right, let's take a quick look at this Asmongold clip about why people are leaving Twitch.
Somebody was asking why advertisers are leaving Twitch.
Uh-huh.
Live bitch, say I'm racist, came open my eyes, fuck you.
What?
I'm Ricardo.
Oh my god, the kids are gonna be okay. Why is Twitch losing advertisers? I laugh my fucking ass off at this. This is hilarious. This is the most racist thing on Twitch this year. I thought this only happens on Kick. We're bringing it back. Oh no, is she getting mad about this?
Desperate.
Oh gosh.
Wait a minute, so it's okay for her to make fun of him, but not him to make fun of her?
There's no helping them, bro. This is just...
It's okay. It's 2025 now. This shit's funny. We don't have to pretend like it's some kind of a big problem anymore.
You know.
I didn't even notice I didn't even notice this. Oh my god, it's a racism duel? Yeah,
that's basically what it is. What? Okay, we're gonna watch my stream. Why suggest my stream? All right. So, I'm gonna load up a Kino clip here, and we're gonna take a look at classic Dickers. What classic Dickers, you might ask? Who knows? No, I have a very specific thing I want to take a look at. Where is it, though? I should have saved it earlier. This one right here. Take a look at him.
No, I know you're gonna love that shit.
Oh.
That's insane.
All right. I think it's this one.
Hey guys, please check out this guy, guys. Go subscribe to him.
I know. What is up with people? It's so weird.
7.5K
He's got some really good doc.
Dude, shout out to Mikey No More, man.
And it's crazy because he's got some good views on these documentaries, but people aren't subbing. So his Comicsgate documentary is really, really good.
I was watching.
We thought about watching it for the show when it came out, but we never got around to it.
This is Mikey No More's documentary.
His Nick Fuentes documentary, I think, is probably the most definitive documentary on Nick Fuentes.
I didn't even know he did a Nick Fuentes
I
documentary.
love it.
It's like the closest to our position on the show, I think, that's been put out there. Yes. His Review Tech documentaries, the previous two that we watched, The Road to Career Ruination, and Week of Humiliation are solid. He also has one on The Maid, the euthanasia program in Canada, which was his second video. That's also really good.
Yeah. He needs more subs, guys. Please go sub.
Yes.
Yeah, go sub to Mikey No More, man. He's such a good dude.
In the description bar of the video. Just check him out. It's one of those like every few months he'll post.
Right.
But when he posts, you know it's a solid fucking post.
Seems like everybody wants to do that.
Some guy who just A-logs RTU, but with Pokemon all over his room all the time. I don't know who he is. I gotta find him.
Last time this happened,
he's like this, like
king. What a king!
This is the guy.
You got the king of the nerds, and this motherfucker dunking on Review Tech. Even amongst the nerds of the world, Review Tech's at the bottom of the food chain.
That's
this
because
guy
he's
live from his mother's basement's gonna felt rich.
Oh, I'm gonna pin.
That's because he's a loser. Rich is so desperate for people to take him seriously that he has to do Review Tech USA on a new channel, bro. All because he's like, oh, hey, you know, I can view bot my channel and nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. And then they found out. Then he got scared and ran away like a little bitch. We all remember you running away like a chicken shit little bitch, Rich. All of us. Very true.
And it's just for people, Mikey, M-I-K-E-Y, no, N-O-H, more. Okay, that's how you spell it.
I kind of let it go, but this time I really can't let this slide. Okay?
I can't let this slide.
A defining example of just how insane Review Tech USA actually is.
Bro, I swear this documentary made Rich obsessed. Obsessed with that guy. What's his name? Does anybody remember the dude's name with the Pikachu? I don't remember his name. But Rich is utterly obsessed with the guy. Who knows why, but I think it's homoerotic. I think Harmon Smith, yeah, I think he's sexually attracted to Harmon Smith. I really do.
Live from his parents' basement. Oh, I'm going to ruin this talk by pausing it.
Live from his parents' basement.
It was about half a year ago,
RTU.
Review Tech USA, after one of the most easily avoidable crash outs in YouTube history, decided to delete his million-subscriber YouTube channel. So, with his million-sub channel...
He's right. It was the easiest avoidable crash out.
You know what? Instead of doing it this way, let's just go to Mikey's channel. We'll react to Mikey's thing. Up, stupid. Yeah, they're going to understand that that's Mikey No More. He just put out a Nick Fuentes documentary.
I'm not sure why he called you guys. I did.
Last time this happened, I kind of let it go, but this time I really can't let this slide. Okay? This is a defining example of just how insane Review Tech USA actually is.
I mean, Rich is fucking insane,
though.
Ago,
that Review Tech USA, after one of the most easily...
Oh my God, let's go back.
It was about half...
Look at that terribly dyed beard, bro. He's so obsessed with not looking like he's in his fucking 40s. It's really funny for a dude that says, I look like a caveman. You really try and get that color back in your beard. Color that I obviously have no issue with having. Look at this beautiful brown hair. Bet you can't do that.
Half a year ago, that Review Tech USA, after one of the most easily avoidable crash outs in YouTube history, decided to delete his million-subscriber YouTube channel.
That's because he's a
million-sub
loser.
channel officially lost to the Shadow Realm, Rich would have to rebuild his YouTube career. Not necessarily from scratch, but pretty damn close. The equivalent of being a veteran McDonald's franchise owner, setting all the McDonald's you own on fire, and having to start over flipping burgers and cooking fries for minimum wage. To really understand Rich's situation, you need to put yourself in his shoes. Imagine
put
you're in your
the
40s.
fries
Your father,
in
you have
the
a mortgage
bag,
to pay each
Rich.
month. And your biggest passive income stream was your YouTube gaming and tech channel that you spent over a decade building up to 1 million+ subs. And it's gone. Not because it was struck down or hit with that YouTube ban hammer.
We are reacting to Mikey No More's documentary on Rich of Blob-TU USA, because Rich decided to not stream today. Because he's a chicken shit little bitch. He can't handle the criticism. For some reason, he needed like 4 days off. Rich, you're a bitch. Look at this. What is up? Dude, it doesn't even connect on the other side. Bro, you need to learn how to shave. You have hair on your face.
No, you deleted it. You also
Smoking
lied
one?
about why you
Nice.
That
You
channel
haven't
was
seen
more
this one?
of an
It's pretty
embarrassment
good.
than it was. It was a distraction from goals that I wanted to achieve.
I love the way he
actual
does his
reason that you
videos.
told Tipster and that you accidentally revealed to everyone
Oh,
else
it's
is that
Chinster!
somebody had been bothering
Ah,
the
it's
channel and doing
Chinster!
false ad clicks. One of the biggest no-nos you could possibly do on YouTube. Something that gets your channel demonetized permanently. So now you, now
He
in
did it
possession
for
of a
dramatic
demonetized
effect, you
million
think?
subscriber channel, decided to just delete it. Took the nuclear option and Raccoon City that bitch out of existence. It is kind of weird how you immediately jumped to the Raccoon City option before doing literally anything
Right.
else. As
Weird
if
Al.
YouTubers never had to deal with ill-intentioned parties botting and false ad clicking on their channels before. Unless, you know, it was you who was botting, trying to get some extra AdSense out of your dying channel, and you just got caught by the Google police and decided it was better to cut your losses by killing your main channel rather than risk losing monetization on your streaming channel or any new channels you made in the future. Now, to be fair, there's no definitive proof of this
God
theory. It
damn.
could just be...
Bro, he is fat. Look at this fucking guy. Have you ever seen anybody so goddamn fat in your life, bro? He's like the size of 16 people on top of fucking 14 McChickens. Dude, what is wrong with him?
that you're an impulsive, emotionally unstable 40-something-year-old man-child prone to doing dumb shit when put under mild amounts of stress. But hey, at least you still got your streaming channel, RTU Streams, which has been your biggest source of consistent income for the past few years anyway. You're still
He's
not out of this
rotund,
YouTube game yet.
he's
So,
fat,
how are you
and he's
going
obsessed
to
with eating children's eyes.
find your way back to the top now that you no longer have an editor, you got a much smaller audience, you lit up your own reputation, and let's be real, you're really, really lazy? But don't worry, there's a perfect job opportunity for middle-aged, washed-up content creators
I've never
of your
seen someone
physiognomy,
so lazy
the
in my
LolCal
life.
Expanded Universe. And that's how Review Tech USA ended up on the show, LolCal Tech Talk with Jay. That's right, all that crashing out and ruining his career just to end up on a stream with the editor he fired
Yup.
anyway. This is extra embarrassing
Talk
because
about
Rich had been beefing with
embarrassing.
Keemstar on and off for years. Rich was a
Bob the Very, what do you think? What do you think about the whole Jay thing? Like, I know you watch RTU sometimes, and I'm not judging. Don't get me wrong, I'm not judging. But what do you think about the whole Jay situation? Do you think it was wrong of him the way he handled it? Do you think it was okay the way he handled it? Do you think he should have done a better job? What do you feel? What's your opinion? Yeah. Do you think he should have handled it better? Only Jay. Yeah, probably.
especially seasoned about Keem after his Dickers Jr. was exposed by some girl he sent a dick vid to, and Keemstar talked about it on his show. Even after all this, Rich still bent the knee to
Embarrassing.
Keem, became one of his employees, and even sent Keemstar his 1 million subscriber golden
did.
play button in December as a Christmas gift. Last remnant of this dude's legacy is now just a trophy on Keemstar's wall. Review Tech USA is basically a prostitute. It doesn't matter what he has to say
Basically.
about his integrity or values or whatever. He has a definitive price that he will get on his knees for. And what's really pitiful, apparently Keemstar didn't even have to pay him that much to put those knee pads on.
Yeah,
which is why
just
he was always
$40
such an
for
ornery
gas.
ass dude on this show. From Rich's perspective,
Bro, Keemstar didn't have to pay Rich anything but $40 in gas money. The Masucci Micro. That is what it is. That's what it's called. It's legally referred to as the Masucci Micro, according to the deposition. When RTU was sued by the state of New York, bro, it said right on his deposition, Masucci Micro, and it said weapon of no destruction. So fucking stupid. Oh, god damn it. Oh, Fuck me. Okay, we were right. No, we were right here.
Review Tech USA is basically a prostitute. It doesn't matter what he has to say about his integrity or values or whatever. He has a definitive price that he will get on his knees for. And what's really pitiful, apparently Keemstar didn't even have to pay him that much to put those knee pads on, which is why he was always such an ornery ass dude on this show. From Rich's perspective, he wasn't making enough money to justify doing the show rather than streaming on his own. See, Rich thought that he could just do low-cal live numbers right out of the gate. He forgot that you gotta put on a show. You can't just clock in and get paid.
Rich can't put on a show.
But Rich is boring and lazy.
Bro, Rich can't do shit if it's not QVC, Kyle Kalinske, the fucking Young Turks, or somebody doing the shit for him. He can't do it, bro. And now you can sit here and say, well, but you're just reacting. Fair. But, I mean, I'm still doing something. My entire content is not beholden to Phil, right? It isn't beholden to Rich. But all of Rich's live streaming content is. It's all about Phil. It's all about fucking Smash JT and all these people, bro. He can't get past it. He can't put that petard down. What up, Fret? How are you, man? I hope you're doing okay.
Easy and uncreative and knows as much about tech as a part-time Best Buy employee. Just like with his YouTube career, the success of this enterprise had to be carried.
He was a part-time Best Buy employee. What's up, Dasher, my brother? How are you? How are you? I hope you're doing good. He was a Best Buy employee, bro.
By Jay. And the problem with that,
before he worked as a YouTuber, right? Loosely worked as a YouTuber. He worked at like Circuit City or some shit like that. A place that's literally just like Best Buy, but worse.
that is that Jay had zero intentions of making this show a success. He was only there to fuck with Rich. Like how we got on 8-Bit Eric, one of Rich's biggest ops, specifically so they could fight.
So wait. Are you also saying that if I get 8-Bit Eric on this show, you'll shut it down?
Yeah, I'll
No, it's not new.
What the fuck are you doing?
We're just reacting to it tonight.
Right now, on stream.
Dude, I'm not kidding.
Oh, don't be a pussy.
Is that really him?
Eric.
What is up? How's it going?
Go ahead.
Hey, so I heard somebody was gonna get off if I came on today. They said that.
Well, what the fuck am I gonna do now? I host the fucking stream. I'm not ending it on him.
No, but his exact words were, if he comes on tonight, I'm leaving the show.
No,
yeah, you did say that to me.
I know, I did. He worked at Best Buy. Why the fuck would I want to do it? You called me a bad fucking father and lied that you
are a bad father.
Of that too.
How you gonna talk about me
your
being
daughter's
a liar
eyes, you fat gelatinous bitch.
You're still here.
And Jay being an undercover op isn't just me fanficking either. Everybody was in on this, except for Rich. Rich would persist for a while, going through shocking links trying to get that low-cal paycheck, including eating bug
God
pizza.
damn,
so
he desperately wanted that boogie paycheck,
and assorted
bro.
Bugs. All right, so I'm procrastinating. Let's try this shit.
So before Rich got hired on Lolcow Live, he was like super obsessed with the amount of money Boogie and Wings were getting paid. Right? So he laid back and he watched Boogie and Wings collect money hand over fist, right? He thought, oh, I could do that too. So here, let me join up. Let me see if Jay will do it too for the money. And then when the money didn't roll in, he's like, what's going on? I thought I was going to be paid. And that's when Rich started begging for gas money. Because he's like, oh, I need it up front because I'm not going to get it. He was all about the money, and it was obvious, and that's why Keemstar booted his ass. Bro, those are reconstituted peppers. He cooked the bugs with the pizza, ladies and gentlemen. He cooked the bugs with the pizza. Oh, that's okay, Flynn, man. I appreciate you. I know you like what's his name? Camelot, which is cool. Camelot's cool. I'm over there sometimes. But I'm not like a big NASCAR guy. Yes, he's a bug eater. The worst part about this, he didn't even get paid for it.
Really fucking bad. Oh, God.
Is this where you saw yourself in your 40s, Rich? Having to eat bugs on the internet just to pay your bills? Is this the life you dreamed of, bro? But yeah, Rich still got fired in about a month.
I'm puzzled that you're here tonight.
Why are you puzzled that I'm here tonight? Explain.
You didn't get the memo?
No, what's the memo?
Booch was not there when he needed him.
Oh, okay.
So, he got the boot, and he didn't take it very well. Oh, he pretended like it wasn't a big deal, but he was still occasionally mauled about it,
basically,
mauled about Boogie,
yeah.
mauled about Becky, and mauled about Keemstar. He would even change the name of his channel from RTU Streams to LolCow Basement, specifically in an attempt to cut Keem in the LolCow versus search results in algorithm. And I can't lie, that was a pretty clever troll. So clever, I was surprised that Rich came up with it. But of course he didn't. He actually stole the idea from a fellow disgruntled ex-employee of Keemstar's, Grace Thorpe, a former LolCow Queens host. And it's with Grace that Rich would enter into his next drama.
I've been hearing a lot of rumors about her this week, and I don't know if anybody can prove whether or not this is true. Is she pregnant? And my second question is it by the logical guess? If you guys catch my drift. Can anybody like confirm or deny? I don't know if you guys watch her or anything. Oh no, a stunt replacement? That's not cool. I'm sorry, buddy.
Following getting the boot off LolCow. For me to properly break down how all this happened, I need you to understand that Rich is a man who's constantly dying of thirst. You think this big fella was living in the middle of the Mojave?
It's because he has diabetes, but not aggressive diabetes to where it's going to make him lose weight.
How thirsty he always is.
Have some fun on Twitch. Yoga pose for...
That's what I'm
she's
thinking,
bro,
bro, and I don't want to think that.
She's like S tier. You want a yoga pose? Let's go. Let's get. Who wants a yoga pose?
Thanks. I just found Rich. It felt good.
Rich is literally obsessed. I mean, how? Hold the goddamn fucking phone a minute. You said I was gooning on Twitter, you stupid fat fuck. What? I mean, sure, she's using her assets, fine and dandy, but you called me a fucking gooner, you bitch. I've never gooned like this. Shit, I've never given a woman money, period. What the hell? What the actual fuck, bro? I'm not hopping up on stream, giving Sav, like, hundreds of dollars to do downward facing dog, bro. But you claim that we're all doing that and that she's obsessed with us because of that kind of stuff. It's so fucking dumb. Yet you have the audacity to sit up here with that, bro.
Let's get who wants a yoga pose.
Thanks.
I just found Rich. It felt good. And I heard if you have a kid in that age, it might have medical problems than being normal. Just like Chris Chan. Chris Chan parents had Chris when they were older.
Damn.
And that's why they're like there.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Holy shit.
RTU just starts to lose control whenever he's in the presence of at least a 4 out of 10 for too long. His eternal quest for a single crumb of kitty is what caused him to send for Becky
kitty,
Boop
bro.
for years to no avail, to send his dick vid to a random chick who ended up spreading it around, and it's how he ended up on a very short but very dramatic arc with Grace Thorpe. Now, Grace is an e-girl of mild notoriety, being best known for streaming herself touring the country with her father, Ben Thorpe, who she's very close to. Very, very close to.
Once you get it past the gag reflex, you're basically fine. Don't ask me how I know that.
Somehow, despite having more red flags than a Chinese military parade, there's still simple-minded simians who simp for Grace Thorpe, and Rich will become one of them. He try and tell you otherwise, but he wasn't simping.
Ew, you dare call me a caveman, yet you have things growing on your face? Bro. He calls me a caveman, yet that's his face. This is his face. No wonder you're with a homunculus fucking creature, bro. A fucking lady that's made out of trash bags and fucking magic. Be sure to get the fucking trash bag back to the dump before midnight, before the fucking great garbage bag, all of its magic is just gonna run out. Get that trash bag back to the dump. Get that face worked on. What the fuck is that, dude? You look like a... I can't say that.
Or yearning or none of that. That's all cap.
What up,
Send my ire
SD guy?
towards people.
It is
Yep, there she
Jover
is in
for
the bikini.
Dickers.
Rich, I'm here to support you, babe. I cracked one open. Let's go. I'm here.
Bro, and Rich sits here and says that he had no knowledge of Grace Thorpe before he invited her to his house. Rich. Okay, so there was a time where Grace was like stringing this guy along, right? And I'm not exactly sure who it is, but I'm pretty sure it was this guy, right? She was stringing him along, right? And he stayed over with Grace and her father. And instead of sleeping with him, Grace slept in the bed with her father, and he stayed up all night right next to the bed while she slept in the same bed as her father. And Rich watched that content. He knew about the weird dynamic between Grace and her father months before he even interacted with her. So when he sits here and says, I had no knowledge of who she was, it's a fucking lie. It is a lie.
Who simp for Grace Thorpe, and Rich will become one of them. He try and tell you otherwise, that he wasn't simping or yearning or none of that, but that's all cap.
It is cap, because you can just see it. When he didn't think that her father was going to be there, he wanted her there. But as soon as another man was going to be there, oh, I never wanted anything to do with her. This is all a lie. I never wanted them here. Yup. Review Tattletale USA.
Send my ire towards people. Yep, there she is in the bikini.
Rich, I'm here to support you, babe. I cracked one open. Let's go. I'm here.
All right, guys, here's what I'll do. I'm going to have you on next week. I know they're enjoying Grace in the bikini, but I'll have both of you on next week.
We
We'll
were
talk
supposed to have our
in Twitter
tipples out
DMs.
together, and you fucking left me hanging.
I'll have the tip. You know what? I will make that promise too. I will have my tipples out when we do the stream together. Grace, Links, and Rich on a show. Maybe that not.
And he used to watch Lol Cow Queens. Bro, he watched Lol Cow Queens. So how would he not know? Bro, how would he not know of the weird dynamic between Grace and her father when he watched her on Lol Cow Queens before they even interacted? He knew of her because of Lol Cow Queens. All of this was a goddamn lie. All of it.
I think because they're doing their own thing, but maybe once a week or something like that. I'll talk to them.
Rich linked up with Grace because she, like him, had a small vendetta against Keemstar, and it wasn't long until a collab between the two was arranged. Just like with Becky years ago, Rich was looking forward to linking up with Grace IRL so they could make content together. But then, literally right before their collab...
All right, Grace, so you will be on the show tomorrow.
So like 6 p.m. you're thinking, somewhere around there, maybe?
6-ish, yeah.
Okay.
I'll DM
sounds
you
good.
tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Rich called it off. Pulled a Rich tomorrow on her ass.
You know?
Why? Because review...
I never really had an issue with Grace, right? She is a victim of circumstances. What up, Thinking Fox? How are you, man? It is. It's like those teardrop tattoos. You're right. But I never really blamed Grace for like the circumstances of her life. I blame him and her mother. Her mother should have pulled her away from him. Even if, let's say, the mother was, for some reason, jealous of Grace, as is claimed, right? The mother should have still been able to put that aside and realize what was happening. He was abusing her. She needed her mother to help her, and her mother was so tied up in her relationship with him that she was secondary instead of first. I don't understand how Rich can sit here and tell us, oh, you need to care about how you talk about my kids. Yet you talk so heinously, so evilly about Grace Thorpe when she is a victim of this pedophile. Right? Now, regardless of what kind of Stockholm syndrome she has, because she does, right? The blame is not hers. It's his. He's the fuck up here. He is such a fuck up in the head that he fucked her up. So how can you sit there and say that Grace is evil and that she should go back to sucking her daddy's you-know-what when she's a victim, bro? She is a victim of his. And you have the audacity to sit up here and say that she needs to go and debase herself for her abuser, her rapist. Bro, you can miss me with that bullshit.
Tech learned that her father, Ben, would be traveling along with her.
It's always stuck in me, bro.
Of course Ben was going to go too. Grace literally
God damn it, Fred. The hypocrisy is unreal.
32 Frets 66C has just tipped $10 through Super Chat. The hypocrisy is unbelievable with Rich. One day he'll do something, then the next he'll grandstand and deny what he did the day before. It's shocking how much of a moron he is.
It really is shocking, and thank you so much, man. Richard eats eyeballs. It's no wonder he doesn't have a brain. He's not a zombie. He's an eyeball monster. The Blob, some say, that loves to eat children's eyeballs. You better watch out. The boogeyman is gone. Richard fat-ass Masucci's about. Hide your kids, hide your eyes. The fat ass is out and about, and he's gonna get you. I fucked it up
goes everywhere with her dad. The inappropriately close father-daughter dynamic they got going on is like their main thing. What made you think he wasn't going to come? And why does it even matter? So long as Ben didn't come to your house with Grace, who cares? Can he not just wait in the fucking RV? Well, Rich apparently cared a whole lot, yapping about how even letting Ben near his home while his kids were there would have been a nightmare. Now, this probably would have been a non-issue because Rich
never has his kids.
Only keeps his kids a couple days out of the month. His kids do not stay with him and his parents 24/7. See, Rich might be Italian, but spiritually, he's a nigga. Wigger, some might say.
This is one of the best descriptions I have ever heard. Because he is. He likes fat women. Right? He wants to be a SoundCloud rapper. He tried to make beats. He gave up his entire life to be a musician. And never ever was gonna be a musician. I could also say something incredibly racist too. But no, I'm not.
And like most wiggers, Rich is nigga coded in all the worst ways.
Come on,
Produces
Rich.
shitty rap music, takes internet beefs way too seriously, and is addicted.
He latches on to everything. You make one gay joke. You make one gay joke and you're a homophobe for the rest of your life. You call him the F word. You call him the F word to his face, bro, and he hates you forever.
To obese white women. Rich's only advantage over other bum-ass niggas is that he doesn't addicted to obese white women. Rich is takes internet beefs way too seriously and is addicted to obese.
So what? This is like the wagon that pulls Cinderella to the ball, right? And then you have Becky Boop in her two-seating gelatinous ass, bro. You need to go on some Slim Fast. Okay?
White woman. Rich's only advantage over other bum-ass niggas is that he doesn't involve himself in gang shit or trapping. As far as I know, Rich hasn't harmed anything besides his parents' expectations. I don't think he's even ever shot a gun before. But shit was about to switch up, because in response to the Thorpe menace threatening his doorstep, Rich decided to get strapped. Yeah, he seriously bought a gun. He bought a gun because a girl threatened to pull up on him in a
chicken suit, bro. Grace threatened to pull up on him in a chicken suit. So he went and bought a shotgun. Well, I mean, he didn't buy it. His dad bought it. Ain't that right, Rich? Your daddy bought the gun, right? Just like it was your dad's credit card, and that's why he opened the mail, because it was in his name. Rich. I wonder. That's why he came in the room, right? That's why he came in the room and asked you, did you sign up for a new account? And that's why you had to go and yell at him not to open mail, despite it being assigned to him. You're trying to ruin his goddamn credit now.
Chicken suit.
Today's the last day to pick it up, by the way. Inflatable costume, adult chicken costume, funny Halloween costume, blow up chicken costume. So, that's where we're headed.
Oh, yeah.
Promises made, promises kept.
Boom.
See, Rich, this is why you shouldn't do drama or get involved with people who do, because you're over-emotional and overreact to everything. Now, some say Rich's son...
Oh, God, is that the fucking truth? You don't go there. You don't go there. You don't go there. That was my baby mother. But here, let me talk. Let me talk about Charlie Kirk's baby mom and how she was a fucking Mossad agent and how she reveled in the fact her husband was murdered in front of her children. Get the fuck out of here, man. But everybody needs to, like, prop your children up on a pedestal while fucking everybody else, right? What's a Slim Jim taste like anyway? Well, you know when the immovable object meets an incredible force? It's that little pocket of air in between, brother. Oh yeah, it's that little pocket of air.
Reversal on Grace was because Keemstar warned her about the Thorpes and their shenanigans. Some say it was because Rich's baby mama had a few words with Rich about trying to fuck around with miscellaneous...
Oh my God, yes, it's the second one. Lauren told Rich that Grace cannot come around because Lauren cannot trust Rich because Rich has a history of trying to cheat on Lauren with women he meets on the internet. But it had nothing to do with her father being there, bro. It had nothing to do with her father being there. What the literal fuck? Oh my God. This thing is old. Who the fuck put it there? What the hell? That thing, it startled me. I was like, what the fuck? I haven't seen that in a long time.
E-girls, again, a problem he's had for a while, and the main reason why a video of him jerking his Dickers Jr. circulated around the web for a bit. Personally, I think it was just that Rich rubbed one out, and then
See? This confirms it in my mind that she's been abused. Specifically this, right here. Personally, that right there. The self-abuse in the face of stress or like stimuli, right? That's abuse. When you don't know how to like process your emotions and your only way of processing is self-harm, that's indicative of somebody who's been abused. She's been abused, bro. Definitely. But Rich wants to make fun of her. It does hurt to see, bro. Because, God damn it. Because it proves to me, I mean, I'm no doctor, and I'm certainly not a psychiatrist or a physician, so don't take my word for it. But to me, having seen, like, abuse victims, right? They do go out of their way to self-harm or harm others. So her doing that, I mean, if a spade is a spade, I mean, you got to kind of call it a spade, you know what I mean?
It was just that Rich rubbed one out, and in his post-nut clarity, Rich probably realized that bringing an unstable 20-something-year-old woman to your home where you live with your parents is probably a bad idea. This whole little arc was very similar to the one he went through with Becky Boop years ago, where Rich, just like with Grace, tried to brain Becky over.
But
shit,
Mom,
he tried to move her in, but just like with Grace,
room.
he chickened out of that too. Stuff like this is why the Rich Tomorrow meme exists in the first place.
Yep.
Now, one thing Rich didn't do with Becky was call the police on her.
Yep. And that's why I have no issue making fun of Lauren. That's why I have no issue making fun of his family. That's why. If he can look somebody in the face and say, "Go get abused," then I'm all for the ones and twos. I'll make jokes about your fat ass homunculus family all fucking day, moo cow. What of it? You told an abuse victim to go get abused by their rapist. Like, I have no sympathy for the shit I say to you, you fat ass homunculus. Cow. You fucking lol cow. You fucking disappointment. Your father had to come in there sulking. "Oh, my fat, retarded son took out a credit card in my name because he was so stupid that he ruined his life." You fucking idiot. How do you get scammed over the telephone, dumbass? Well, you live in 2025. You watch Scammer Payback, you dumbass donkey. Like, what the hell? Are you stupid? It's like you are so dumb that you watch the shit and you still get taken for a ride. It's like learning how to fix a car and just putting baloney in the intake valve or whatever the fuck. I don't know cars. I'm not a car guy, okay? But you seem to be, or at least pretend to be.
All right, you're gonna have to give me a. I'm gonna have to call the cops. I don't really want to, because that means they're gonna have to.
He got scammed using technology. His name is Review Tech USA. It's like the gingerbread man fucking up gingerbread.
Show up there. Show up here. Here we go. I'm gonna call him.
Yeah, because you're
don't really have a choice.
This dirty, deadbeat wigger who loves playing internet tough guy not only got a gun because a girl half his age and who he invited to his house in the first place threatened to show up at his front door, he snitched on her too.
Last night, fucking Review Tech USA had to call the police on them.
Dude. Circles of protection. It's the king of all cobras on the screen, boys. Dude, we need his race relations right now, bro. We need his race relation discussion right fucking now, bro. I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious how he would view what's going on right now, bro. It sucks so bad that he was on here with Wings of Redemption and Diddler behind the camera, bro. And Boogie 2988. He was on there twice, I believe. Bro, he was such a unique person. You like him or not, you know, he was unique. And it just sucks the way he went out, bro.
Because they're threatening to come to his house. Like, dude, it's like no.
That's bitch shit. Did Review Tech USA really call the police on 2 girls threatening to come to his house?
Yeah.
What kind of bitch shit is that?
If you've watched either of my previous videos about Review Tech USA, you already know that Richard Masucci is a little bit of a pussy. The only dog he got in him is a purebred bitch. But even by the low standards I held Rich's personal courage in, this was still embarrassing. This is another level of chicken shit, and it was all because of Zoomette in a chicken costume. Grayson Ben feathers thoroughly.
The Zoomette in a chicken costume. I love the way he described her, bro. That's funny. His fans killed him. That's a running theory, yeah. They supplied him with all the things that kind of just like enabled his like alcoholism. But I don't want to put that on people without like legitimately knowing if it was that. But I get where you're coming from. I genuinely do.
Early ruffled by Rich's bitch-made behavior, decided to do a little bit of trolling by pulling up into Rich's town anyway. And Rich threw a fit about them just breathing air in the same city as him, which is why he bought a gun and called the police on Grace multiple times.
That's what I think too. I think it was a little bit of botulism.
Richard, familiar with him? Do you understand why we're going on? From what he was telling us, you guys were supposed to have something going on. Seems like he was trying to cancel.
I messaged him earlier today saying like, I'm not gonna. Of course, I would never show up at your house unannounced, and I maintain that. Like, I wouldn't show up at his house. So I'm not sure why he called you guys. I did tell him that, but
Rich,
because he's
you know
a
it's not illegal for them to
bitch.
park their RV near where you live, right? You aren't a
'Cause he's
kingpin,
a
bro. Nobody has to
bitch.
get your permission to cruise through your city. The only reason people even know where you live is because just like with your daughter's health condition and your nickname Dickers,
you told us that is the cleanest. That is the cleanest pause we've ever had on this fucking stream. There's not even a shift in the animation. That's nice. That's perfect. You guys see that freeze frame, bro? I am on my game tonight.
you told us because one time when you were trying to make a joke post about Phil, you accidentally
he
doxed
showed
yourself.
us
And
where
this
his
was back
fucking
during
address
January
was.
before any of this shit
Stupid
with the Thorpes
donkey.
ever started. And in all that time, Rich has never been worried about his or his family's safety. Honestly,
You're
if he
lucky
just
I
left
didn't
this
give that
alone
to the
after telling
kennel,
Grace
bro.
the collab was canceled, he still would have gotten some shit from the Thorpes and his trolls, but the saga would have at least ended there. But Rich, who after all these years of dealing with the Big Cheese Crusaders, with Keemstar, with the
Big
Kino Casino, still
Cheese
hasn't learned to
Crusaders.
not feed the trolls. He kept needlessly
doesn't
fanning the
know
flames by
how
streaming
to
about
not
it,
feed
tweeting
the
about it,
trolls.
buying guns, and calling the cops. And this all led directly into another arc where Rich would be going back to basics.
On and off the court, straight fundamentals.
Bringing back that old school RTU. That is, beefing with random black dudes over the internet.
I can neither confirm
The nigga in question,
nor
King Sly, had been
deny.
poking at Rich on occasion before this, Rich being part of Sly's low-cal rotation. Sly thought how Rich was behaving was shameful, canceling the collab out of nowhere, throwing a fit over the Thorpes just driving through his town, and buying a gun
The
on
Sly
top of it all.
arc?
But what really made Sly get on Rich's ass,
Bro, Rich, you know what? I'm going to let you in on a little secret right now. I know you're watching. You're at home crying in your pillow. Mommy, why don't they like me? I just wanted to be second to Tevin. We all see you over there, bro. But I didn't turn Sly against you. You turned him against you, bro. Because you're a bitch. You called the cops on a little girl because you were afraid of her father. I'm sorry. In anybody's book, that's some bitch shit. Not saying, oh, you had to fight him. But, bro, at least when Boogie was confronted, he pulled out... Whoa, don't pull out the 9. But he still pulled something out. He had more balls than you. And that's how sad you are, Rich. Boogie had more balls than you.
Pause.
was when Rich snitched to the police. This insane overreaction prompted Sly to say something that would send Rich's already high blood pressure through the roof.
So let's take a look at Rich right here calling the cops on a little girl. Rich right here calling the cops on a little girl.
That's what turned me against him too. That whole St. Jude bullshit. You know, if it wasn't for St. Jude, family members of mine wouldn't be here. You know, I owe them a lot. So when he like flipped out on them, right? And was like, oh, now I have to give them money. It's just like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You're up here crying about what's going on with your daughter. But all of those parents at St. Jude are also crying because of their children are sick. But you have the audacity to throw a fit because you have to give money to them? You should have been elated to give money to them, especially under the circumstances in which you were living under. But you had the audacity to blow up at people and yell at them. I don't care if you were being trolled. You were rightfully trolled because of the way you acted. And I don't care what Lost in Gaming said. I don't. Because they went back to you already, dude. And it's funny, right? How he gives you money hand over fist, but you still call him a troll and you call him a bunch of names all the time. You know, I think Lost in Gaming's a spineless little bitch, but he's allowed to be so. He doesn't. He never does. He wasn't being trolled. He wasn't. He says he was, though. But no, you're right. He was not. He wasn't being trolled. He was being held to task by the people who had given him money. Right? And that's what was fucked up. Calling all those people that gave you money out of the kindness and the goodness of their heart. And here you are. Oh, you're just a dumbass troll for holding me accountable for the things that I said. He deserved every bit of 2024. Every bit of it.
Officer Dickers, a.k.a. Rich the Snitch, a.k.a. Review Tattletale USA, was so shook by the idea of someone knocking aggressively on his door that he called the cops on a little girl. He literally wanted 12 to pull up on a 12-year-old. Okay, so Sly was obviously exaggerating for comedic effect. Gilding the lily, some might say. Grace is in her 20s. She's not a little girl figuratively or literally because she's like 5'10".
That's a huge bitch.
Making her at least a good 2 or 3 inches taller than Rich. Grace would tower over him face to face.
You guys, oh my God, we got Goku ×4! Ah! Thank you very much, man.
32 Frets 66C has just tipped $20 through Super Chat. It's likely Lost in Gaming is a younger guy too. Probably in his late teens. I've heard how he sounded on a voice call with Rich back when Rich did VC calls with fans in February.
Back in February, Rich taking advantage of his kids as usual. Yeah, pretty much. Or taking advantage of kids. Yeah, pretty much. I'm sorry that it cut it off there, but I don't know why it did that. But I really do appreciate the 20. Thank you very, very much.
When you think about it, low-key makes sense why Rich might be intimidated by her. If they got into a fight and Grace started putting paws on RTU, he might actually need a gun.
That's the funny part. Dude, Rich is like 5'7". In reality, but in like lolcow land, he's like Danny DeVito height, bro.
To defend himself. In case you haven't noticed, Review Tech USA does not have a fighter's build. He still went looking for a fight though, because even though King Sly was obviously playing it up for jokes, the phrase
Rich right here calling the cops on a little girl
made Rich seethe, just triggered to a degree I haven't seen since his week of humiliation.
Right, he would.
So Sly and Rich
probably
were officially beefing, and this feud culminated in them jumping on a stream together. It, like all of Rich's attempts at some pseudo-internet blood sports type shit, didn't go that well.
They got pussy. They got pussy.
We're gonna talk about this right now, Richard.
Oh,
Richard.
Pick
Let's
up
talk about
pussy.
Hello.
Let's talk about it. All right, she said she was coming. She wants to come on the stream. She never once mentioned her father.
Have you ever seen the stream? Have you ever seen?
No,
you've never
I
seen
haven't.
not one stream.
No,
you've never
no.
seen one stream of her. Because this is wild, right? Because I know you've seen this girl. You've already looked into her, so that's retarded for you to act like you don't know nothing about her.
No, I did not know. Pause a second.
Shut up, fat boy. Shut up.
No.
Every single time.
Shut your mouth up. Don't fucking call me.
I
do think this needs to be moderated.
You're a fucking.
Yeah, I'm a pussy. Yeah,
You are.
You called the cops on a girl. So let me hear the misinformation.
He called the cops on a little girl.
Well, first and foremost, you said, "Why are you calling the cops on a little girl?" That alone is just. Dude, you just heard the rest of the stuff I said.
Did you call the cops on her? Yes or no? Did you call the cops on her?
Dude, then you see, no.
Yes or no? Did you call the cops? Yes or no?
Her and her father showing up here.
Did you call the cops on her? Yes or no?
Dude, you're being a dickhead.
Did you call the cops? Yes or no?
But they don't say a little girl. No.
So it's not misinformation. Next to the next one. So what else? So what
It
else?
isn't misinformation. Rich just likes to obfuscate.
Oh, you don't remember because I didn't do anything to
No.
you.
Don't you think alone it's wrong, big enough what you were saying about the fact that I'm calling cops on a little girl?
You have nothing. You told your stream the other day that I was doing a bunch of things to you, and I said I didn't do anything to him, and that's why he can't say anything. So tell me other things I did to you. Go,
bro.
Dude, I can't.
This is the problem with the fucking fat ass here, the blobulous monkey man, bro. He says something and then immediately has to walk it back because he's full of shit. Like when he said never said he was gonna go viral over the Phil tattoo, and then Chill Murray slapped him in the face. It is, bro. It is because he's a chicken, bro. I've challenged him to a round 2 to get his bars off.
Because you didn't know I didn't do anything. Because I didn't do nothing.
He doesn't
want
to.
Go ahead and say something then.
Dude, you did. Oh my God! I called the stream. I called the stream. Fuck off, dude. You know what, man?
You don't have
using semantics here. No,
semantics,
you were also saying right now.
Words.
Oh, all right, you're so fucking thugged out. Go ahead and shoot someone that shows up to your fucking door.
I will.
That's all right.
So what else?
Tough, bro.
So what else? Should I not? Or should I call? He left. He ran. Dickers ran.
come on.
Yeah, he rage quit. Literally pulled a fill, as Rich himself likes to call it. This was Rich's first L to Sly, and it wouldn't be the last, because Review Tech USA can't let anything go. He's addicted to holding grudges, and he's also addicted to detractor content. And I don't just mean watching DSP detractors. Rich watches his own detractors. He will pull up videos of guys who hate him and mock him on his stream. Now, this isn't new. Rich has always had a weird obsession with his haters. He was challenging Big Cheese Crusader members to boxing matches back in the day. He also had a light crash out in the 1316 killer because of all the videos.
I can guarantee you. I guarantee you Rich is somewhere in the chat right now. Let's call him. Richard. By the powers of Grayskull, I command thee to come out of chat.
Kills he made on him. And how could we forget about his feud with the quartering that almost led to a full-on box?
Oh my god, bro. So I'm Bro, I was watching a clip from Kino today about the quarter pounder and him getting hair plugs. Bro, he's trying to write off his hair plugs. He's trying to write off his hair plugs as a tax expense, or like he's trying to write it off on his taxes. I don't know why I couldn't speak, but it's really funny.
Boxing match until Rich pussied out and ran away. And he used his kids as an excuse as to why he couldn't fight, because of course he did. Like with most of Rich's bad habits, nothing has really changed over the years. It'd probably do amazing things for his mental health if he just ignored the trolls and made goofy content for his audience, but nah. He has to respond. He has to bring up the drama. He has to talk about Keem Sly, Keemstar, Becky Boop, the Thorpes, 8-Bit Eric, Smash JT, the Kino Casino. This dude is so obsessed with people that hate him that he's reacted on stream to videos by Harmon Smith. He's a dude who in 8 years of making
dude, he looks like he's struggling.
Thousands of
really
videos
struggling.
has only earned 2,000 subscribers. Rich, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
I don't care if Review Tech USA tweets me in the middle of the night. Like, he's a nobody, okay? Rich literally lives with his parents, okay? Review Tech USA isn't a real organization. It is a facade to make him look more relevant than he actually is. Or at least it was until he deleted his channel and now has to start from scratch picking fights with channels with 2,000 subscribers.
Rich really believes in that chunky noggin of his that if he just goes at his detractors head on, it'll prove that they're not getting to him, even though they obviously are. He also thinks if he can dominate 1 or 2 of them on stream, he'll be back on top again. So the strife with Sly continue with the two clashing again in another debate in early March where Rich invited Sly on.
Nintendo
Rich would
fanboy.
do arguably worse than last time.
You got upset because I said little girl. Let's just be honest. That triggered you.
No,
yes, it did.
No way. No way that is Duty in the chat. Big ups, Duty. How are you, man? Hello.
Triggered
nope.
you.
You went from A to Z, and you did not know the whole situation.
No, because I'm trying to prove a point that you got triggered about the girl part. That's what I'm saying, because I didn't do anything to you.
I didn't get you.
It injured his manhood. It really injured his manhood. He didn't know where to go from there. He's like, how do I recover from that? How I actually did call the cops on a little girl. And now I have to face the ramifications of the actions I've chosen to take. He doesn't know. He could have stopped all of this by not calling the cops.
Triggered about the girl part. You have someone on there who literally says that they don't like you because of your race. And you're like, hey, cool. I got a pretty blonde girl on my stream. So
why do you keep thinking that she's pretty? Why do you keep saying that? Am I saying that she's pretty, or are you saying that she's pretty? Who keeps calling her anything about her looks? Who keeps bringing that up? Okay, but why do you keep bringing up her looks, but you say that I'm simping? When have I ever brought a girl up here? What opportunity? Okay, so why? So I picked Grace Thorpe out of everyone? Wouldn't I bring my own up?
No, you wouldn't want your own girl on stream.
Why? She's been on there a bunch of times.
I didn't know that. I don't watch your streams that often.
Okay, then what, you don't know what you're even talking about then. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you talking about?
And that's what it is. And they still ended up showing up here. And you still, to this day, are calling me Officer Richie and trying to downplay it.
You literally have a police hat on. You literally have a police hat on. Duty, why don't I have the ats? Am I special?
When her dad has a criminal record, and they're still in my town from what I hear right
now.
What
does the criminal record mean, by the way?
He was in jail twice.
Are you intimidated by people that go to jail? Does it make them inherently tough?
Oh, dude, now, no.
Dude, I'm asking you a question.
That's a good video idea. The Jeremy beef.
I don't understand the point of the jail thing you keep bringing up.
You're just bringing up. Goodbye. I'm done.
He quit again.
I don't understand the point of the jail thing you keep bringing up.
You're just bringing up. Goodbye.
Oh, momentum.
Let's get some momentum, guys. We have two
L that
big
could have been
hills.
easily avoided if Rich.
It's over
Judy Scream
9,000.
has just tipped $10 through Super Chat. Mom Entum.
Oh, my momentum?
Just kept his emotions in check. You don't have to keep getting
Well,
into
it
all
really
these feuds.
was
Nobody
dumb.
from your community is asking for that. But Rich struggles to let go of a grudge, which is
My
why
house
he's still
is
so
saved.
mad at Keemstar.
Ta-da.
The mostly one-sided feud between Rich and Keem flared up again after Keemstar fired David Jaffe. Yes, I'm talking about that David Jaffe, who made God of War and Twisted Metal. Somehow
God,
he ended up working
I just
for
want
Keemstar.
to I just want to interview him a little bit. I just want to ask David Jaffe a few questions, but he won't. He won't let me ask him
on
any
a new
questions.
show that will replace Locale Tech Talk called Madhouse. Now, you can't find this channel anymore because Keemstar rage deleted it after David Jaffe had an extensive and detailed
Thank you
conversation
very much,
about
Judy. I
Keemstar's
appreciate that,
fiance's
man.
after being prompted by an anonymous caller. Now, Rich disagrees with David Jaffe's abrupt firing. He was more upset about it than Jaffe was.
Yeah,
See, Rich
Jaffe
was still
didn't
mad
seem
about
to
Keemstar
care.
getting a girl Rich sent his Dickers Jr.
can't.
video to.
He doesn't
to release
follow
it
me.
for the world to see.
With what Keemstar put me through, where he dug into my personal life and just basically threw my name through the mud, destroyed my.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why he won't. That's why he won't interview me, or let me interview him. Not necessarily that I would ask him that question, but because of the company that I keep. Like, I don't mind 8-Bit Eric, right? I don't mind Smash JT, and I know people dislike them. That's fine, you can. But, you know, he hates those people. And since he hates those people and doesn't want anything to do with their politics, right? He just ostracizes or, like, otherizes everybody in their orbit. Like, bro, just because I'm okay with Eric does not mean I agree with his politics, right? We're people. We don't have to agree with everything, but we don't have to dislike each other either. I just wish people would understand that. But I don't think people like Jaffe would ever understand something like that.
My character tricked a woman who was willingly tricked. I'm not giving her any
No,
credit.
Jay tricked the lady. The lady was under the auspice that you had been trading pictures with Jay, which you had been, Rich. You had been trading pictures of the women you were with Jay. And Jay had been trading pictures with you of the women that he was with. So the woman finding out that you had been trading pictures with Jay of her, in turn, traded your pictures with people whom you didn't want your pictures shared with. It is entirely your fault. And why you refuse to even give Jay the most modicum of blame, but you want to put all of the blame on Keemstar, that's wrong. It's wrong.
Putting out revenge porn on me. You say that Brantley has a small vagina and he has a small dick and that's a bridge too far? Oh, he could go fuck himself.
That's a very weird thing for Rich to get upset about.
I just
want it didn't happen. I
just want to talk to him about God of War. I'm curious, like, where he thinks they're gonna go next, why he dislikes the Norse games so much, why he dislikes Atreus, and why he just wanted Kratos to stay the same character that he always was, right? I don't really want to ask him anything political. I don't want to ask him anything outside of the realm of the things that he's already known for, right? But I think it's just the territory in which we like reside in that he's skittish about it, which, I mean, I understand.
Actually happened was that the girl, having watched Rich immolate himself all throughout 2024, figured that she could get some easy clout and attention by dropping the dick vid herself, which she did without anyone else egging her on. Keemstar might have boosted it with his coverage, but he wasn't the one who initially leaked the video and hasn't shared it with anyone. Because why the fuck would he share a video of another man's dick? Now, in Rich's defense, This was 100% revenge porn. Rich isn't wrong about that, and he isn't wrong to be upset. What he is
Pretty
wrong
much,
about is blaming
yeah.
Keemstar for it, and also threatening Keemstar with a lawsuit. Well, he's gonna have some problems with that, because unsurprisingly, no lawyer has taken up Rich's case.
Fuck you and your fucking
'cause
stupid
it's
child bride
ridiculous.
trophy wife.
Bro, Rich, you're not one to talk about child trophy wives when you have a fucking Dropbox full of fucking selections, bro. Knock it off.
You didn't care about me. You didn't care about my family. You just cared about getting views on that stupid show that's now failing, and I enjoy that too, for your own personal
Your
gain,
show is
and you wanted to
failing.
destroy me because I
It's
may have actually had
failing.
a solid case if I could get a lawyer to even not hang up on me as soon as I said defamation.
This could be because it's meritless and will go nowhere, but I think the
Because
actual
it
reason is just that he
is.
can't afford a
Because you have to prove tangible damages, Rich. Like, you can't. There's no damage caused because you're damaging your own image.
defamation lawyer. But you know,
And the entire lawsuit would be thrown out when they figured out that you decided to work for him. Why would you work for a man that you wanted to sue for defamation? Why?
what Rich could afford? A tattoo.
Oh, God, not the Joker.
Shortly after Rich's second debate with Sly, he put out this video.
Hello, Philip Paul Brunel, I'm a man.
You know, Rich really needs to be, like, asked where he gets off videotaping people in the bathroom. Like, he says, oh, I didn't videotape the person, but you were still recording in the bathroom, a public bathroom. Why were you recording in the bathroom in the first place? You know, that question should be asked. If Dr. Disrespect is wrong for videotaping people in the bathroom at TwitchCon, why are you okay videotaping somebody in the bathroom because you think they're playing with themselves? Why? Why is it okay for you to videotape people in the bathroom with, like, against their knowledge, right? Without consent? But it's wrong for Dr. Disrespect. Now, I'm not making excuses for the man. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I mean? Rich has gone after Dr. Disrespect for what he did at TwitchCon multiple times. But it's perfectly okay for Rich to whip out his phone and videotape somebody in a bathroom. You know what I mean? Yep. He was videotaping people at TwitchCon in the bathroom and got in trouble for it. That should have been the first sign that he wasn't all there. But, I mean.
Man, and in case you haven't known, I think your audience has let you know, I actually had a goal of hitting, if I hit 1,500 subs, by the end of March, I would get a picture of you being, your fat face, being Dracula. There it is. We hit the goal, Phil. I'm getting that box art, except you're going to be Dracula.
It's all
with your May 1st
perfunctory,
fat face
empty action.
on the side of my left ass
empty words
cheek.
with
He
no
was
action,
going to get
excuse
Philip
me.
Burnell's face tattooed on his fat ass. Literally. This is how you know this fool
So
is struggling.
disgusting.
Because only financial woes could push a grown man to voluntarily brand himself as the property of another man. While Rich ain't the first content creator to do tricks for tips like a stripper, this is still insane. I'm actually running out of sex worker occupations.
That's
to
what I'm
compare this dude
saying.
to. He's a cam girl. He's a pro.
That's what I'm saying. Why would he be videotaping anybody, period, in the bathroom? What if the person was, like, epileptic, right? And was having some kind of epileptic seizure or something. And instead of, like, calling them for help, Herpes Mouth McGee over here was like, hey, I'm gonna whip out my phone and I'm gonna say he's masturbating in there. It's weird. It's weird. And the question should be asked, why did you videotape a person in the bathroom without their consent, against their knowledge, in a stall adjacent to theirs? It's weird, Rich, but you want people to think that you're not a gay man. You know what gay men do? They videotape other men in the bathroom, Rich. What did you do?
prostitute. He's a stripper. If you throw enough money at Review Tech USA, he will bust it open for you. Now, Rich would renege on branding his cheeks as property of Philip Burnell's, deciding he would get it instead on his arm. It was a rare example of him having some sense of shame. It was also an example of him lying to his audience again. But eventually, he did go through with it. He got the DSP Castlevania tattoo.
See all like the drippage right here? So there it is.
Ew.
You know, they're gangbangers, niggas who rob, murder, steal, trap 24/7. But will still get tattoos of their kids, their mamas, Jesus, or even the dead homie. But Rich? Nah, first ink on this middle-aged man's body wasn't of any family or close friends, but another middle-aged man's nut face. This might actually be the gayest thing Richard Masucci has ever done. And that's fucking saying something. At the very least, it's definitely the lamest. Bro really thought he was gonna—
Oh my god, do you guys remember when Rich assaulted a cucumber, bro? It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
And that's fucking saying something. At the very least, it's definitely the lamest. Bro really thought he was gonna go viral off of this. But nobody, including DSP, cared.
So someone tipped me $2.54 and says, hey, did you hear what Review Tech USA did? I don't care what Review Tech USA did. I don't care what a boorish loser does. I'm eating Subway today. That's pretty exciting.
And a few people who did care, like me, just roasted him for it.
Labs, did you hear the news that DSP's face has been tattooed onto Review Tech USA? And this is what it ended up looking like. It's from Castlevania.
Ew, is the camera on face.
I'm not joking, ladies and gentlemen. This is what this idiot did. And like, I don't know enough of the backstory, so if you're reviewing this right now, Rich, because you seem to watch a lot of our show, I don't know the backstory. Maybe there's a backstory and context of this that makes sense, all right? All I know is you got this tattoo, and you're obsessed with Phil, and it's weird.
That's how obsessed
it is
he
weird
with Darkside Phil.
It is
that
just
he got
so goddamn
a tattoo
weird.
with that man's face on his arm. DSP is going to be with him every hour of every day for the rest of his life.
Bro, you just basically branded yourself his bitch. You self-felted yourself, as Phil would say.
Bro, he doesn't look happy. That's a face of regret.
He's not happy,
bro.
man.
That tattoo looks
No
so
regrets?
bad. And it's
No
such a
regrets?
poverty tattoo. He couldn't even afford color. Why do the tattoo if it was going to be this half-assed abomination?
You just spent this much money that could have went to your daughter,
Ooh,
right?
shout
You
out
spent
to
more time
Slug.
scamming these people than you did actually visiting your daughter in the hospital, gang. Let's just keep it a stack here. We got to keep that in perspective. You took your daughter money, right? That was $7,500.
There have been a number of things that I've witnessed from Review Tech USA where the first couple things I'm like, oh, maybe that's just him trying to be funny or quirky.
He can't
I've
be
known
funny.
of this character long enough
He
to
cannot
now
be
able
funny.
to make a judgment of there.
Bro, the problem with Rich is that his humor is stuck in the mid-2000s. After they stopped making Tim and Eric, Rich stopped progressing as a comedian. He's not. He's a mimic, a thief, like a culture vulture. But instead of stealing your culture, he steals your artistic ingenuity.
There's something so wrong with him that he needs to seek severe mental assistance.
Rich didn't really like the reception his tattoo got, but I don't know what bro was expecting. You got another man's old face tattooed on your arm, bro. That is dumb. You are a dummy for doing this. And just like with the Big Cheese drama, or your feud with Jay, or you deleting your old channel, or you sending dick vids to random bitches over the internet, you will eventually come to realize how stupid this actually was and hate yourself for having done it.
Oh yeah. He's gonna hate himself.
Rich needing to change his channel name was an inevitability. It was called RTU Streams forever, originally a secondary channel to his main channel, Review Tech USA. But Review Tech USA doesn't exist anymore, so it doesn't really make sense to keep calling it RTU Streams. Rich first changed his channel's name to Lolcow Basement after he got fired by Keemstar, then he—
Do you guys remember when Rich got defeated by the Street Fighter menu? Oh my god, bro. We talk about how bad Phil is at video games, but at least Phil can start the game and get into a match. Rich couldn't even get past the menu.
He changed it to just the basement because, I mean, that's where he lives, the basement of his parents' house. And thanks to him posting that pic of the new gun he bought, we also know that he sleeps on a pull-out mattress. Eventually, Rich changed the channel's name again to its current name, Rich Tomorrow. Rich Tomorrow being a reference to a meme that started up in Rich's community years ago about how he's an indecisive flip-flopper who can't stick with anything and he'll switch up his opinion from one day to the next.
Like, his body has to hurt. His body has to hurt. If you think about it, he's sleeping on small, thin pipes. And all he put over those small, thin pipes is a tiny little pad. But you want people to think that it's not a pull-out sofa bed. Well, I mean, we know it isn't, but it is a futon.
Next. On top of changing his channel name, Rich also decided to switch up his style of content. We're talking paradigm shifting shit nobody saw coming. He started doing gaming news videos again. He started doing gaming news videos again. Went all Dr. Manhattan on his million sub channel, just atomized it out of existence just to go back to doing the exact same shit on his other channel. If that ain't some Rich Tomorrow type shit, I don't know what is. He also put out a video where he explains why he deleted his old channel.
There were a lot of times, Jay could verify this, that I wanted to step away and just go over to live streaming or change completely what I was doing. And it wasn't just him, but many other people who had my best interest at heart that wanted me to stick to it. But there would be a lot of times where I was like, look, man, I want to step away from doing gaming news, current events. And they were like, you're out of your mind. And I would go back to doing gaming news. Even though I really didn't give a flying crap about doing gaming news.
Rich, are you an actual baby?
Give a fuck
this isn't a hobby, dude. This is your job. This is how you pay your bills and feed your kids. Us regular motherfuckers who aren't bums gotta get up early in the morning and go clock in somewhere so we can buy groceries later. And here your fat ass is with 3 kids and 2 aging parents, leaving behind the easiest gig on the planet, reading gaming news for a living because you weren't passionate for it.
For those of you who are familiar with my lore, where I really wanted to be done, was after I got a warning from YouTube regarding Quantum TV. At that point, I'm like, the system is rigged, man. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. I just want to do live streaming.
What's important to take away from that
is
that Rich got fed up with his old channel because
he
got in trouble for drama-related content, not gaming content. Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft didn't come for his cheeks and got him up out of here. No, he got a strike for getting involved in a drama about a nigga who liked striking people for talking about him. What did you expect was going to happen, Rich? Like, why did you have to do drama content on your gaming and tech channel at all?
Dumb.
You couldn't make a separate drama commentary channel for that?
It was funny because Jay and I would wake up every day and we would be like, what are we talking about today? And we would look through a whole bunch of different websites. We would look through articles. We would look through different stuff. With gaming news being as sparse as it was, and me really not giving a crap, I was like, this is it, man.
This is all code for the fact that he's just lazy. He's lazy and he wants to put in the least amount of effort possible while still making a bag. You know, like Darkside Phil.
Now, many of you may think, Rich, why didn't you just archive the channel or private the channel? Because I know myself, there's a reason that the Rich of Tomorrow meme where I flip-flopped was a thing, and that became a meme because I would have flip-flopped.
I don't know.
And I would have cowered back to the channel and just kept doing the same thing that I was always doing. I knew that would have been absolutely horrible idea for me to do.
He thinks this is the lie medication is going to save him.
We've already went over this. He deleted his shit because he got caught botting, excuse me, because somebody got caught botting on his channel. Definitely wasn't him, because deleting your channel because somebody else was click botting makes perfect sense. Anyway, low effort gaming news swap videos are back on the table. New day, same old diggers. He just never changes.
YouTube can figure out everything else, right? It can figure out when you're botting and when you're not. But it can't figure out who specifically is buying the bots, despite the bots being bought on Google.
Not in his work effort, not in the content he makes, and not in how good he is at taking criticism.
Dude, it's always the same names. Like, I remember this guy. What a complete loser. This city's been pushing for, I think, a couple months and spent so many hours working on this, allegedly. What a failure. Yeah, Rich, this is not going to get you back to 1 million subscribers.
Rich, he's not smart
Just
enough.
make sure when you apply the job, it doesn't require to use much energy because you sound like you're going to have a heart attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You do sound like you're going to have a heart attack.
It's not that surprising when you remember that Rich has always thought that any negative opinion of him is classified as slander, regardless of how factual it is. Is that logic that led him to flag down videos that were exposing him for lying, being a hypocrite, acting like DSP, etc. And that brings us to the case of Kinda Sav. One day, Sav was watching Rich's stream, and Rich went at Sav.
Oh my God. Rich fucking loves Sav. Rich loves her. I genuinely believe that. I think he has some kind of obsession with her. And it eats him up inside that she doesn't like him the way he loves her. Sav, I'm sorry that I put that out there. But that's what I think. I think he's in love with Sav, bro. The same way he was in love with Elf herself.
For making fun of his daughter. The daughter we only know is sick because he told us, and that he used as an excuse to not work even though he only visited her in the hospital 3 times. The source of that, mind you, isn't from the mouth of a random detractor, but from Lauren, Rich's own baby mama. Yeah, Rich
damn,
didn't get
she's
the
a
response he
fucking
was looking for
flotation
from Sav and
device,
friends.
bro.
Amazing.
Let's see if she even answers.
Do you think mocking my kid is okay? Just curious.
Nobody mocks your fucking kid, dumbass. They mock
I
your
know.
priorities.
They mock your fathering, not your kid. If I say you're a bad father, that's a judgment on you, not your kid.
What's really interesting is what happened afterwards when Sav's video got reported for sexual content.
Yeah, I'll find it. It's okay. This is so funny. This is so entertaining. I mean, I'm sure he's pissed because he probably thought I was gonna get taken down, right? Alas, I've simply been age restricted and super chats turned off for sex and nudity. Straight from the YouTube's mouth. Let's see what I got reported for.
Please tell me it was his titty. Sav, it is. It's when he pulls his shirt up.
Oh my god, Shroom.
Look at the replies. It's literally his own titty.
Well, I guess I shouldn't show. I guess I can show it again now because it doesn't fucking matter.
I was extra fascinated about this because I've
That's
also gotten into a little squeeze
funny.
with YouTube over an RTU clip I used of him taking off his shirt that got my video an 18+ age restriction. This is the only video I made that got that type of thing. The video I made about state-sanctioned self-deletion in Canada didn't get an 18+ age restriction. Now, Rich says he didn't flag Sav, and he showed all his accounts to prove it. Well, not all his accounts. He didn't show Michelle Soguchi that he used in Jay's chat during their beef. But he did show an account called The Round Table Hold. The account
he says that the Michelle Soguchi account is not his, but it is his. It is his
Donate
account.
to Dark Side Phil with.
Let's keep going, though. I think I got another account I have to check here. Oh, this is the one I used to do some trolling with Phil on.
The Roundtable Hold did a $5 super chat and says, your tipples really pop in that new shirt. Really? You can see my tipples. You just say that to all the girls, don't you?
Yes, Rich is giving money to Phil. He is a dent. But hey, we have no definitive way of proving that Rich did this. It could have just been YouTube's bots going wonky again. But we do have some circumstantial evidence that implicates you, Rich. For one, you're a liar. A pretty flagrant liar, too. You're like the least trustworthy narrator when it comes to your own life. To the point that you'll lie about things you were documented saying on your stream.
The cherry on top of it all is that Rich really thought
it's the boy. It's Chill Murray, bro. Back when his VTuber worked.
Like, I have never once said that I was going to go viral.
Yes,
I actually
you
said it's a very
did.
slim to none chance that I did. I have said that from the beginning. Am I wrong? I have never once said that I was going to go viral. Oh, it's going to go viral. Never said it. I never said I was going to go viral because of this. I did say I was going to get attention. I never once said viral, though. That I'm sure of. But viral? No, man. Like, no.
This is funny as hell. This is why Rich is a low-cow, man.
That'll go viral. You want to know something that's going to go fucking viral? You want to know something that's going to go viral? I don't give a shit that people think I'm weird or whatever. Oh, I did say it.
2, you're a flaggit, and everyone knows you're a flaggit. One time you lied about flagging an old troll of yours, Anna Doyle. Then it was revealed that you did flag Anna Doyle, and you moved the goalpost to, oh, I flagged him, but I wasn't the one who took his channel down. Okay, Rich, so who did take out Anna Doyle's channel? The only people who would have both known who Anna Doyle even was and have had a vested interest in flagging them off YouTube would have been you or one of your fans, since you literally were the only person they made content about. So either you did it or one of your fans did it for you. Ultimately, we got no solid proof, but there are very good
I will
reasons
never
why everyone
forget
is pointing
that, bro.
fingers at Review Tech USA, including King Sly.
He went after him, bro. Ugh.
Sly joining everyone else with blaming Rich for the
Heck
report got RTU up in his feelings
ASMR.
again. So you know you had to bring Sly on again so they could argue about it.
You brought this up as a serial flagger. I'm proving that you are one of them. Yeah. You have flagged a lot of
you
times.
said, but here's okay. That's 13 over a decade. That's a lot of times.
I want you to explain why you could only see your daughter 3 times while she was in the hospital.
Because the doctors and physicians said because of the immune system response that she had, if I went there, it would be catastrophic if she caught something. So
But
most
why
of my
was the
family stayed
mother
away,
allowed
minus
there?
her mother.
Why is it a hospital that has sick people? They don't. It's not catastrophic for her to be
Because
in there, but it's catastrophic
listen
for
to
one
me,
person.
listen to me. Oh, he knows more than doctors do.
Your baby, my baby.
No, that's not true.
out me as a father, being bad father. You couldn't cut them words out of her, but she gladly gave that information up. And I would rather be a 10-time felon than to have my baby mom out me as a terrible father.
Well, really, well,
you're
so dumb.
And say,
Raven
this man
is
does not
a
raise
moron.
his kids and barely sees them. This is
Pause
the
a
proof that
second.
nobody cares about you.
Listen, you're saying that if you don't like someone,
and I don't care.
Shit,
Even
cool.
if I said,
but
that
you just admitted
rape somebody, nobody would care because nobody cares about you. Not your baby mom, not your mother, not your
Sly,
kids, not
you need
anybody
it for your
else.
own sake right now.
Nobody cares about.
Are you saying you don't want to hear a guy go, "Hello, everybody. How are you today? Let's talk about some." Dude sounds like fucking Darth Vader trying to breathe without his respirator.
About you, Richard.
This was, in my opinion, Rich's worst performance against Sly, and I really think the brother just needs to hang up.
Dude,
the
he's
gloves.
out
You are
of
not built
breath
for this, Rich. Every time you
instantly.
get into one of these live stream battles, you get your
It's
salad
so
tossed
weird.
against the Blackbuster Critic, against Keemstar, against Becky Boop, against Jay, against Tipster. Fucking Tipster knelt on your neck like you were an amateur porn star with a fentanyl addiction. But to be fair to Rich, he did come with some new tech, a new tactic that was going to destroy Sly. He was going to accuse him of being a Nazi.
I don't know.
You are a bitch. You put out lies. So like, if you're putting out lies and I'm flagging people,
Bro, you called me a Nazi 3 months ago and never talked to me again. That's a lie.
No, that's true. You are a Nazi.
Oh,
That's
it is
actually true. Yep.
Oh, okay, so show me where I was in a Nazi party. You want to take a picture of it and show it to me?
Don't have to be in a don't have to be in a Nazi party, dude. Come on. Nick Fuente said hello. Nick Fuente said hello. It's all right. So what's it like being a black Nazi?
Okay, Rich, let's say you're 100% serious about this accusation and you really, truly believe that this Negro King Sly is an authentic, round up those small hats and send them to Madagascar ass Nazi. Why are you platforming a Nazi? Aren't you a liberal, bro? You even let Sly get away with saying a hard R on your stream and didn't even kick him. That's some disgusting shit you're enabling from a Nazi, Richard. I'm not sure those ADL boys are gonna be cool with that. And let's not forget the other brilliant tactic of Rich in this debate, which was to keep calling Sly out for being a felon.
You're not a fucking doctor. Fuck you. You're not a fucking doctor. You're a felon.
Yeah.
Pause 1 second. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let you in on the 4D chest the felon has.
4D. The felon's a better father than you. I just want to stand up and say that the felon is a better father
no,
than
you're
you.
not. You're a felon, so that makes you trash by design, dude. You could listen. I'm a better father than a felon. Anyway,
this didn't land that well either because Sly literally isn't a felon. Felons are people who were convicted of felonies and went to prison. Sly went to jail, but he was never convicted of a felony. Richard, stop slandering me. Masucci is out here actually slandering an innocent black man by calling him a felon.
Said I'm a bad father. You are very terrible.
I did. Well, you're a former felon. So anyway, listen.
Former? So I'm not a felon anymore?
No, you're still a felon.
He did. Wouldn't be former, would it?
Man, a different part of Rich really wakes up when he's beefing with the blacks. Now, Mikey, there's no proof that Rich has a problem with Sly just because he's black. Well, it can't be because he thinks he's a felon, because years ago, Rich literally hired a dude who called himself Shadow's Government and was an actual felon, all to help him dox his trolls. I'm just saying, you notice a pattern with Rich and individuals after a while. Oh, and before I end this video, I can't forget to bring up the biggest event in Rich's life. No, not any of his kids being born. Rich probably wasn't even at the hospital when any of those little niggas got popped out. No, I'm talking about when, in late March of this year, Rich finally got his one-on-one with DSP. And it was boring, straight snoozeville, bro.
It was
which I guess
so
is fitting considering
dumb.
this Review Tech USA and Dark Side
it was
But hey,
dumb.
a dub is a dub, and Rich really, really needed that W to validate to everyone and also himself that he's still better than Phil. He's not, by the way.
How is he any better than DSP?
He's not.
It's like two retards fighting.
It's a meme.
You are not better than Philip, Richard. And nobody except your dented-ass fans and a few people who are still friendly with you believe that you are. You and Phil are in the same tier of lolcow. Honestly, I would put you below Phil for one reason. You have kids and Phil doesn't. Now, there's this weird thing people on the internet do where they think that just by having kids, you automatically ascend to a higher tier of personhood. That is retarded.
Yeah, if you're a bad person, having a kid isn't going to make you a better person. I don't know where this idea came from.
Making a kid or 2 or 3 or 7 doesn't make you a better person. That whole parenthood makes you grow up shit is a myth. If you weren't shit before the kids got here, you probably ain't gonna be shit after they show up. Now, way back in 2012, when Rich lost his job at IBM, his first thoughts actually weren't to grift his audience into paying for him to get shitty tattoos or eating bugs. Rich just looked for another job while also making way more videos in hopes of making YouTube his career, which he succeeded at. In other words, he worked harder to provide for himself and his family. But that was over a decade ago. The Richard Masucci of 2025 is an objective downgrade of his old self in basically every way. Becoming a father didn't make this dude evolve. Every expectation anyone had of him, regardless of how modest, he's failed to live up to. Failed his editor, failed his fans, failed his parents, failed his baby mama, and is currently in the process of failing his kids. Oh, but don't worry, Big Rich has got big plans on how to make it out the hood, and that is an ASMR channel. This is Review Tech USA's retirement plan, an ASMR channel. Gaming news slop is unironically a less competitive genre on YouTube to make content for compared to ASMR. But he's got a solution to this too. A special niche. He's doing ASMR tech reviews.
That's what we got. ASMR tech.
Fingerprint reader up here.
Hello, everybody.
I didn't realize it. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Oh, everybody.
Good Lord, Rich. You really got to get that shit fixed.
3 A ports.
Yeah, not only is Rich doing gaming news again, he's finally gone back to reviewing tech. And by that, I mean he immediately gave up after one video.
No,
and just started
SF Gaming, this isn't new. We're just going over old school content.
Shit.
Making fun of Rich for the shit he does.
Why would you even call it Tech 25 ASMR
because
if you're not going to do Tech ASMR in 2025 on it? It's literally to call yourself Review Tech USA and then not review any fucking tech thing all over again. He literally never learns. Bro is actively losing wisdom points and regressing mentally every day.
Yep.
Like recently when he was supposed to do a member stream of the new Mario Kart with Jay, but he got drunk off his ass right before.
He got... He is a bad father, SF Gaming. You were absolutely right there. I have it under good authority. You know, local powers, you know, the governments has told me that Richard Masucci is on a list. Now, I can't disclose which list, but it has to do with eating eyeballs. That's all I can say.
Before the stream, so Jay had to stream solo.
So Rich decided to have a few drinks, guys. The good news is he's alive. The bad news is Rich is drunk out of his fucking mind right now.
Oh,
and had to cancel the stream. So instead of him streaming today, it's me playing some Mario Kart with you guys because I feel bad that Rich got drunk and abandoned everybody.
And why did Rich feel the need to po up all of a sudden when he rarely drinks? Well, because he was devastated by the news that he hadn't been paying the electric bill. Apparently for months, because he owed his provider $10,000 apparently.
My electric company cannot, it's like begging them to take my money every month. Another bill that was supposed to be automated, they screwed up and didn't automate it. So I was like in a really shitty mood. So I'm like, I'm gonna have a couple drinks. Like literally I made 2 of them, right? There's 2 bills. Go to the other one. Both bills together added up to actually a little bit over 10,000.
Now, I was extremely suspicious of these claims for 2 reasons. One, what electric company is just gonna keep the lights on for multiple months when you owe them that much money? And 2, I'm not gonna show Rich's house, but for those of you who've already seen his docs, you know he ain't living in a mansion. So unless he's been mining fucking crypto in the basement, I really
No, it isn't no kind of mansion.
don't see how it's possible for his bill to be that high in a single month either. But then it all clicked when Rich tried to do a goal for him to buy a used Nissan that he would make content with.
The other goal, for those wondering, I looked and saw an absolutely ridiculous car called the Nissan Juke. I'm going to be doing 2 streams, I believe, Wednesday and Thursday. I don't want to say marathon, but they will be longer than average, where if I hit 1,000 members, I'm going to go buy like a $2,500 to $3,000 Nissan Juke. Let's make videos on.
When I saw this, I was like, hey, isn't that just a camera grift he tried pulling over a decade ago that the Blackbuster critic called him out for? And I'm like, yeah, it was. And then it finally clicked. Oh, he's just grifting. He's just stealth e-begging. Now, he's not as blatant about it as Phil, but like I said in my first video about Rich, a stealth e-beg is still an e-beg. And
Bro,
this is why
acts like he doesn't beg, but he does.
On the same tier of low
He
caliber.
begs
because
all
while
the
Darkside Phil's been failing
time.
nonstop for damn near 20 years, at least he doesn't have any kids to disappoint on top of. Very low bar, but somehow Rich still can't jump over it. Maybe if he went on an actual diet and stopped eating bugs on stream, he could pull it off.
Like, I'm not like you, bro. I'm not gonna
All
sit
he
here
wants
and
to
just
do
stare
is
at the
eat
title
bugs,
screen
man.
for 700 hours or whatever, like stoned out of my mind, like you did. Okay, you know, I actually have a real life. You know, I actually do go out and do things. You know, I actually do go out and take care of my family, unlike you, Rich.
What? Oh my god! I just rocketed the fucking dabber on the floor. Bro, god fucking damn it. Oh, shit. Let's watch the week of humiliation.
So, ReviewTech USA deleted his channel. Honestly, I didn't think he'd go through with it. At the most, I thought he might pretend to delete it, but then bring it back almost immediately. You know, like how he does with his Twitter account. But nope, ReviewTech USA's 15-year-old big dick 7-digit behemoth YouTube channel is gone for real, to the shock of other content creators all across the platform.
ReviewTech USA, who I've collaborated with, yeah, he deleted his channel. He has over 1 million subscribers, and he deleted his channel.
Yesterday, he deleted his channel. He just straight up clicked delete on a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers.
A channel of over 1 million subscribers just gone in an instant because
what up, Gordon? How are you, man?
ReviewTech USA, pretty similar channel.
Hope you're doing okay. I rocketed the dabber on the floor. Now I gotta clean it off, make sure there's no debris on there. You know.
As somebody who used to be a fan of the guy, who used to watch his videos and whatnot, right?
Rich from ReviewTech USA was one of those channels I really enjoyed. Usually when I wanted to keep on top of what the latest gaming news was, Rich was my go-to guy.
Sly is finishing. Oh, shit.
Because none of these dudes were actually watching Rich's videos in year of our Lord 2024.
I need to check out the stream later.
His reputation was in the gutter, and he was bleeding subs every week. By his own admission, he was only making about $600 off his 1 million subscriber channel with over 5,000 uploads. RTU's channel was dead. It had been dying for a good minute, and he wasn't going to put in any effort to rebuild it, especially now that he didn't have an editor to do most of the real work. Rich's channel dipping below 1 million subscribers
that was the problem.
Still,
bro,
$600 is $600. It cost Rich literally $0 and
somebody to do it for him, and that. Oh, hey, we got. Oh, shit, we've been raided. Sly with the raid, man. Thank you so much. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. The raid.
It up as an archive and passive income machine. So, what's actually going on here? This is Richard Masucci we're talking about.
Good Lord. I really wish that I could just, like, petition the Italian, like, government to have your life revoked. So you have to be, like, Canadian or Polish or something, because I really wish you weren't Italian.
A man who hates leaving any money on the table. A guy who almost destroyed his reputation when he initially refused to pay Big Cheese $200 he owed him for a computer, and then successfully destroyed his reputation when he initially refused to pay his editor the amount he promised he would pay him in the scenario that Rich fired him. Just what would motivate a dude this miserly to suddenly set easy money on fire? Well, according to Rich, it's because he felt burdened by it.
The burden wasn't the maintenance. The burden was just it existing. The channel just painted me in a light that I don't want to be anymore.
Yeah, Kamala Masucci over here deleted his channel to unburden himself from what has been. I didn't buy this little narrative of Rich's. If he was capable of feeling shame about something, he wouldn't act like a cam girl, taking off his shirt and kissing cocks for money. And lo and behold, my Negro-Damus third eye proved true once again. But before we get to the real reason why ReviewTech USA decided to commit YouTube seppuku, we gotta go over Rich's recent shenanigans leading up to this reveal. Somehow, Rich has gotten even lazier since he became just a streamer. Current ReviewTech is low energy, less entertaining, and just not fun to watch. Not even in a hate-watching detractor sort of way. Rich's newer streams are really at their most watchable when they involve other content creators. And that's been happening quite a bit, because last month, Rich went on the warpath. He kept saying that he was gonna take some time off.
I'm taking a month off anyway.
The fucking juice cap off,
but instead, he just kept going live to be mad at the internet and fight other people online. Rich is now kind of like a former champion who lost his belt in embarrassing fashion. Just got his ass laid out. But he thinks he's just 1 or 2 good KOs away from redeeming himself.
Look at how the Hutts eat, bro. This is how aliens eat. Can you believe this? Look at this. This is real life footage of an alien eating on Earth. This needs to be given to NASA. This is he liquefied the eyeball and turned it into a fucking fruit by the foot, bro. That's what he did. It's a fruit by the foot made from human eyeballs.
Making a
disgusting.
I'm sorry, Rich.
Oh,
but you watched. In this show, during the series of ass clappings you received from literally everyone you tried to pick a fight with while running a week-long gauntlet of humiliation. A gauntlet during which Rich would get exposed figuratively and literally to the rest of the internet. The origins of this mess I'm about to briefly debrief you on started back, well, it's been brewing for a minute, but it really came to a head on October 16th, just 2 days before Rich would delete his channel. He was doing an 8-hour mega live stream, but around the 5.5-ish hour mark, Rich started tweaking a little.
His daughter's
going off
eyeballs.
On the lolcow live guys.
Good Lord. Sometimes I think my thumbnails are bad. Right? But god damn, what is this even supposed to mean? Like, what part of your stream does this reference? It's so fucking weird. And then you want people to believe that you're not some kind of like closeted homosexual. But you absolutely are. You absolutely are a closeted homosexual. And I mean, with the allegations against you, and you just have like Diddy full on in the center, bro. What are you Diddying over there, Rich? What kind of Diddy parties are you having, you fucking weirdo?
Pissed at me as a guy on the show with fucking fake cancer. I guess that's real. Nothing else about the show is fucking
It is
real.
seemingly
come defend
odd.
myself.
It's so
come defend yourself on
weird.
my show so I profit. No, thank you. Come defend yourself on my show for baseless debunked allegations that I help put out there even more.
Especially Boogie, who was in chat.
And yeah, hey Boogie, since we're all putting it out there, I may have put weight back on, but I'm still nowhere big as I was before. You are as fat as you were before, basically, with your fucking gastric bypass surgery. You were
Rich,
also one of the ones putting out all those fucking
are
lies about me.
fat.
You helped him because you cucked for Keemstar, and Daddy Keemstar said, say this shit about Rich. Yes, Daddy Keem. Fuck
You're
you,
a
even fatter
cuck.
failure fuck. Go have your 20-year-old girlfriend do a fucking OnlyFans to stay afloat.
Bro, you literally paid a prostitute and moved her from North Korea. You literally moved her from Korea. What are you talking about? You claim Becky Boop is a prostitute, yet you so desperately wanted to move the prostitute into your house and build a life with her. What?
But lie about me because you don't have a spine to stand up to Keemstar.
Rather than go on Locale Live to hash it out and maybe leech some viewers off Keemstar, Rich banned
North
Boogie from his chat
Korea.
and continued shitting on him for a little while from within the safety
Rich
of his glass
had
house. It's
lap
worth remembering.
band. He did. He did not have gastric bypass, and that's how he like skirts the accusation. But he had lap band. He did not have gastric bypass, but he definitely had weight loss surgery.
Remembering that unlike Boogie, who trained and got into the ring for a boxing match with wings, Rich ran away with his tail in between
I'm
his
never
blobby thighs
eating
from his
again.
own boxing match with the quartering.
I'm never eating again. I'm never eating again. That was disgusting amounts of fat, bro.
Even after talking so much shit before he learned Jeremy was training with Sam Hyde. Boogie is a lot of things. He's fat, he's disgusting, he's a degenerate, he's whiny. He's a crypto scammer. He faked cancer.
The gelatinous jump scare, that's exactly what it is, man.
Dickers don't want that smoke. But the smoke blew in his face anyway, because later, on the 21st, just a few days after Rich deleted his channel, Keemstar brought on a guest that would start a conga line of ass whoopings for RTU. Keem and his big boy duo were graced with the presence of a very old associate of Review Tech USA, Becky Boop. Some of you might recognize her for the Big Cheese Crusader days. She was one of Rich's biggest supporters, helping him fend off the lights of Review Hell USA, aka...
At what point was she thin? Rich said there was a point in time where she was skinny. When the fuck was that a thing?
The RTU critic years ago. Rich's recent erratic behavior allowed Keem to bring this old mistress of Rich back into the spotlight, and she would drag that fool and spill
I don't
some
think
very
so
hot
either.
tea. Like the fact that Rich tried to move her in with him at one point so they could make content together.
I was actually living overseas in Korea at the time, and I was going to be leaving Korea. And
Never forget, he paid. He paid to move her back from Korea. Never forget it. She doesn't mention it here, but never forget.
I was actually going to move to the Netherlands, but I ended up deciding to come back to New York because I was talking about Rich with it at one point, and he said, why don't you move in with me? And we can make content together.
And also that she wasn't really his mistress because Rich never laid the pipe.
So even though we've been seeing each other for a decade, we have not had sex yet.
Imagine paying a prostitute and never sleeping with her. Just imagine giving a woman money, all your money, and never, ever, ever getting anything in return. She was hot. Oh, that's what he said, J Mace. Thank you.
What?
What? You can't seal the deal after 10 fucking years.
I guess that says more about my my sensibilities than it does anything else, huh?
Fucking what?
This tell-all by Becky got a predictable response from Rich.
I really wanted to capitalize on this if we could. That's all she was worried about. She was like,
Richard
what
is
clout
a walking El
I'm a
Rocco
soulless
sandwiches.
whore.
Thank
what
you,
clout
bro.
can I get
agree.
from this? Other women have careers, have lives.
Other
and that's
women
why they choose
have
not to have children.
careers.
You lay around your house all day looking for ways to grift, and you sell. You fucking
He's
sold
jealous
your ass
of everything.
and are selling pictures to a former.
Bro, Rich is genuinely the one person I've ever seen that's just like going out of his way to like make people think he's a dipshit.
Troll of mine to make a living. You're not the same. You're not a woman. You're a whore. There's prostitutes, and then there's a whore. You're a fucking whore.
So we called her up on stream shortly after this, something he likes to do a lot despite it never working out that well for him.
Did you really say we dated for 10 years? We've hung out like 2 or 3 times physically since like 2019.
I just said we were on and off.
We were not on and off since 2016. I was still in a same roof relationship with Lauren.
Never, ever, ever in life did I think that Rich would be Michael Scott.
And we didn't go to a convention together. I
Yes,
met you
you
there by
did.
chance. That was it. And we didn't.
No. Rich invited Becky to that convention because he thought Lauren was not going to be there. And I always use this as an example, but do you guys remember that one episode of The Office where they do the casino night in the warehouse and Michael invites his boss but also invites his realtor? Because he thought one of them was going to say no, so he invited both of them. That is what Rich did, but with Lauren and Becky. He invited Becky because he believed that Lauren was going to say no and she wouldn't want to go. Rich, not wanting to be by himself, invited Becky. And then when Lauren said yes and Becky said yes, he was stuck with the both of them. So now his excuse for that is, oh, I just invited her because we were content creators. Yet he obviously had an infatuation with her as he wanted to live with her and he wanted her to be his girlfriend. I don't believe that he just invited her because they're friends. Under no circumstances has Rich let on that they were even remotely friends. In fact, they were under an employer-employee kind of situation as he was paying her money.
Literally invited me. I wasn't going to video game conventions. Are you kidding?
No, that's actually true. But never mind. That was true. But you just said we were in a relationship on and off for 10 years. That's like factually. Why would you do that?
How many times are you going to make me answer the same question? I said we dated on and off since 2014 or 2016.
But that's not true. We didn't hang out till 2019.
You've been trying to date me since 2008. I have all my text messages going back to 2008. I never tweet anything. You're not to try to bring around a potential side piece around your wife.
You were a side piece. Yes, you were a side piece right in front of her.
Yeah, Rich didn't come out looking so hot from this, mostly because of his words and not his ex's. So that's 0-1 already, but it wouldn't be the last L Rich would take that week. Nah, this little drama would lead to Rich going head-to-head shortly after with somebody he hadn't talked face-to-face with in a long while. His former editor, and the guy he blames for destroying his career.
Aw, he's such a whiny little
What caused
bitch.
this confrontation was Rich catching Jay going off on him because Jay learned that Rich has been accusing him of leaking DMs to his detractors. Jay denied this in a little rant that led to him and Rich discussing it on stream for the first time in almost 9 months. Keep in mind, Rich and Jay have had little truths of sorts for the past 8 months or so, mostly keeping each other's names out of each other's mouths. This is the first time in a long time they've talked to each other on stream. It's kind of like how Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia didn't get in the ring together until 10 years after their amateur fight. And much like Haney versus Garcia, this long-belated reunion of Rich and Jay would be a mostly lopsided, damn near generational bussy demolishing.
I'll tell you what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about the fact that you came after my career after because you're so fucking butthurt that I'm still successful. You made a whole stream called Jay's career is over. See where I am in a year. You want to talk about where you are now and where I am?
Still live streaming. I still get viewers with you on my live stream.
Oh, and guess what? And guess what? You get more viewers,
Jay
but I
is a
hate to tell you this, but I definitely make more money than you.
God damn.
Let me ask you, didn't answer the question. You deflected. Where were those spins from?
What spins?
For your music. You see, you flexed your music to me for going to go into success.
Oh, I see what you're implying. I hate to tell you this, but it actually came from a YouTuber called Sly Fox Hound who used one of my songs as his theme song prior to me working with you.
How many hits does that website get?
Lately, probably not many. I haven't made music for a year. I haven't even made music for a year, and it still has more than yours.
As frequently as it needs to happen.
He's cooking him.
You're fucking boring. That's why you can't even get 200 people to watch.
Listen, I don't need more people. I've created a community that supports me more than you get support.
Yeah, I think that's the most difficult part of being a content creator is growing the community and getting people to come back to watch the content. It's so difficult.
You think watching Phil's gonna get you support?
Pause a second.
How many members do you have right now?
I don't fucking care.
Why not? I thought you came at me about success. What happened to you trying to one-up me? You don't care, but now what?
What Rich doesn't understand is that it's a new era, and he's not that guy anymore. Now, anyone who's watched my doc
He never
or June's
was
doc
that guy.
knows that he was never that guy. His channel was literally dying as he was approaching 1 million subs. His 1 million sub celebration video got less views than a detractor video uploaded around the same time that showed him being a shitty dad. So yeah, that's 0-2 for Rich. He thought he would run roughshod over his old editor, but he still wasn't aware of just how low he had fallen in this new lolcow meta. He was about to learn though, because the next minor E-celeb he would run the ones
bro?
with
How
would be
are
a
ya?
fellow super heavyweight lolcow, Tipster. This squabble was the byproduct of Rich calling Tipster out his name during one of his many tirades.
Tipster, you're a fucking cuck too. You have no idea about the other side
He
of
is
that
a
bitch.
cuck.
Why don't you come on, Tipster? Why don't you
The
come on and have a
cuckster.
conversation with me? Come have a conversation with me so I can fucking steamroll your triple chin ass.
The big tip caught a couple strays while he was in Rich's chat. Dickers taking umbrage with Tipster's advice for him to stop showing his ass in front of the whole internet. Rich would later go at it with Tipster in his third internet slap fight that week. Now look, taking an L from his mistress was one thing. Taking a fatter L from Jay shortly after that was also kind of understandable. Jay had always been the more put together between him and Rich. Hence why the Review Tech USA channel literally died within months of Jay no longer being part of it. But Tipster? Surely Rich can steal a W from Tipster. But no, an L he would take indeed. In fact, the big tip made a Jeffrey Epstein vacation home out of Rich's ass. A bussy demolishing that not even all the baby oil P. Diddy owned would have made less brutal.
Dude, what are you doing? You do these live streams like every fucking night and you just make yourself look like a goddamn clown. You're over here like spending hours on stream coping and seething, just making yourself look like a retard, dude. Like, how do you think this is helping you in your current situation? Like, I don't understand why you think it's a good idea to make yourself look like a clown like this. Like, the majority of the people in the chat are here just to shit on you, bro. I had empathy for you, and then the other day you start like throwing jabs at me for no fucking reason. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? This is what you do, is you just like randomly burn bridges with like everyone, and you just make yourself look like an asshole. You lose your mind and have mental breakdowns every fucking night on stream. You delete your channel because like, I don't know, you're bitching that like you don't get enough views or stuff anymore.
Once your channel's dead, it's dead. Tommy C said the same
No.
thing, so stop it. That's not how it works, dude. What is it?
So you're just, what you're saying is you're not willing to put in the effort to try and like rebuild your channel.
And you're still online.
The last time I was watching you have a meltdown on stream, I was sitting next to my wife while having dinner while watching you lose your fucking mind. Good luck to you.
Pause
Best
one
of luck
second.
to you,
No,
Rich.
no, no, no.
But you
You
look
don't
like a
get to
fucking
end.
clown.
You don't
Peace,
get
bitch.
to end. He just pulled the fucking film.
He cooked you.
The most fascinating thing that came out of this
cooked you.
battle of titans was Rich spilling the beans to Tipster about the real reason why he deleted his channel.
First off, you don't know the reasons that I deleted my channel.
So
Shut
what
the
was the
fuck
reason?
up.
Tell me what the reason was then.
I'm not telling you live on stream.
Type it in the chat then. You don't have to say it on stream. Type it in the chat. We're in the Discord chat. You can type it privately.
I swear to Christ, if you say anything, Tipster.
I swear to God, I won't say anything.
He shared this to Tipster in a message that only Tipster would see, and Tipster promised he wouldn't share it. But the truth still came out, not because Tipster told anyone, but because later, on that same stream, Rich accidentally showed it to his viewers.
Rich told
Invalid
everybody.
clicks numerous
He's so
times.
dumb.
Once monetization is gone, you can never have it on any channel. Live streaming has been my main source of income since 2019. Wasn't worth it. Apparently, Rich's monetization got compromised because of click fraud. Somebody was using bots to maliciously click on ads on Rich's main channel, allegedly. I gotta say allegedly because, well, Rich has been caught using bots before.
Whoa. What happened that we're under 200 people in a second?
Gee, I wonder what happened. Oh, whatever you bot for me using got disconnected.
So, the bots that were maliciously clicking on Rich's ads might not have been so malicious. They might have been Rich himself, who got caught with his hands.
Okay, that one I legitimately didn't know. That one I legitimately missed. How the fuck did I miss that?
Clicking on Rich's ads might not have been.
Review bot for me using got disconnected.
So,
how did I miss that? What? That was James the Lesser, yeah. Dude, if you look on my channel, what up, Mammoth? How are you? If you look on my channel, there is a Dragon Ball Sparking Zero match between James the Lesser and myself. I'm Gohan and he's Piccolo.
200 people in a second.
Gee, I wonder what happened. Oh, whatever you bought for me using got disconnected.
So the bots that were maliciously clicking on Rich's ads might not have been so malicious. They might have been Rich himself, who got caught with his hands in the cookie jar and made his 15-year-old, 500 million viewed, million sub channel financially worthless. Regardless, this little battle with Tipster didn't just put Rich 0-3. It put him 0-4. One L from Tipster dunking on Rich, and another L from Rich dunking on himself for accidentally self-reporting like this. I can't prove that Rich was responsible for the invalid clicks on his now deleted channel. But even if he wasn't, the fact he deleted it anyway when it cost him nothing to upkeep, when his streaming channel, RTU Streams, is literally named after it, and when it was his brand for a decade and a half, all because he couldn't make any more AdSense money off of it, is just the goofiest shit in the world. It's actually worse than the idea a lot of people had of him deleting it because he was afraid of seeing it drop below 1 million subs. Because that reason at least insinuates that he cared. Now, both Jay and Tipster left Rich with a very ominous warning. A warning about the girls that they knew existed, who after the emergence of the first mistress would start coming out of the woodwork more and more to share their own stories about how Rich tried sliding into their DMs and sharing some very intimate material with them.
Everything that Keemstar said was the nuke. Now, the part that's been left out everywhere is the proof that there's more women. I have proof that Rich was talking to more women.
What up, bro?
So are they going to come out and complain? I don't fucking know.
I know.
Oh, hey, I appreciate you, 64-bit.
You better hope they don't come forward.
64-bit Ben.
Say you're not.
Who's DMs?
Appreciate you, man.
It's not my place. It's not my place to say, so I'm not going to say. But you better hope these girls don't come forward.
Rich really didn't
we're
take
hot.
these warnings all that serious.
We're effing
but
hot.
he really should have. Because soon after this, a video Rich shared with a girl of him spanking it and wanking it started to circulate. Now, I'm not going to show that shit for obvious reasons. One of them being that this is like 100% revenge porn, but since Rich is a middle-aged, morbidly obese man, nobody gives a fuck about this actual crime that he was a victim of. So what did Rich do when he caught news that a video of him playing patty cake with himself was making the rounds?
That was the funniest
part. He did what he usually did. Lash out and point fat fingers at his detractors. And the detractor of the hour this time, and the fourth opponent of Rich's 5-day gauntlet of humiliation,
that's a terrible
was
way to
Keemstar.
point.
Rich tried to get on Keem for running with the narrative of him being a bad dad.
You said I visited my daughter 3 times in the hospital. That is true, but here is a touche. First off, it wasn't a year that she was there. Secondly, I had my 2 sons that I was driving into school every day.
Bro, Rich, it's even worse. You saw her 3 times in 6 months. That was once every 2 months. That's awful. And you were acting like she was on her deathbed, and you saw her 3 times? 3 times? Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's a problem.
Every day. Third, the most important detail that you missed out on is the fact that she was on immune suppressants. I've talked about this on stream before. It's been very public.
So you did see her only 3 times.
Don't twist it into that. I just explained the whole thing.
Rich also got on Keemstar for thinking that he was using bots to get invalid clicks on his channel. Now, Keem didn't actually say that.
You were just saying on your channel that I did illegal clicks or view botting on my other channel and I wanted to take it down because I was scared people would find out. Please stop. You don't believe that.
First of all, I said somebody was clicking the ads on Review Tech USA's main channel, and you got scared. That's what you told Tipster, and you were afraid that it would shut down your AdSense account, so you completely ran and deleted the channel.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
Is that what you said, though?
That is what I said.
Even if he did say that, it would have been completely justifiable for him to say it, because Rich, again,
he
has
always
used bots
snitches
before.
on himself.
Keem would ask Rich about his spanking and waking it, with Rich swearing up and down that he never sent anything like that to anybody willingly. Shit, he must have just gotten hacked.
One of these girls that you were flirting with or talking to, or however you want to describe it.
See, Rich does this weird shit, okay? He'll get backed into a corner. He'll have no other options. And you'll slip up and say, well, maybe this happened. And that will become his excuse until he's blue in the face. It will be his excuse up, down, left, right, and center. It's like, did you eat a cookie? No. Well, he has the cookie in his hand. Well, maybe, yeah, I didn't. I never ate the cookie. Well, he's eating the fucking cookie. Bro, he lies out of both sides of his mouth.
You sent a video, an X-rated video to her.
No, I didn't.
did.
That is
Yes,
factually not
you
true. I would
did.
never. You're fucking out of your mind. I did
Rich,
not.
Rich, it's in the studio. You can clearly tell it's in the studio. It's not your face. Can't see your face, but it's you in the studio, and it's.
This is what I never understood. Rich, it's a video. You know who you gave it to. You know what you did, you dumbass.
Basically like a DSP incident moment going on.
I didn't send the video.
Come
That's
on.
not true.
He really does
Brother.
look like AI.
That's not true.
Brother, come on.
It's not true.
Okay, so maybe you didn't send it, okay? Would it be possible that someone would have access to your phone and have a recording?
Oh, so you're
of
saying I was
you
hacked?
jerking it?
You're saying I was hacked?
To my phone.
Okay,
If
so
they
then
did, they broke into my phone.
so then you have to have sent it. But
Someone
this
broke into my phone. That's what happened here.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I was sending that to fucking Lauren.
You know, I just mentioned, hey, did somebody hack your phone? Oh, yes. And then it turned into someone hacked my phone, someone hacked my phone, someone hacked my phone. You just admitted that you sent the video to Lauren. I'm so fucking confused.
Even when Rich is an actual victim of something, he
dumb.
still has to make himself out to be an even
He's
bigger victim.
fucking
Because a girl he
dumb.
was flirting with dropping a vid of him beating his meat still makes him look like a goof and a gooner for sharing something like that in the first place. To reiterate though, as funny as this was, Rich was like an actual victim of a crime. In the end, despite all of Keem's efforts to try to talk Rich off the metaphorical cliff he seemed dedicated to jump off of, Rich stayed
Was
committed
he?
to the path of self-destruction. It was once again another L for Dickers that was once again mostly a result of him just kicking his own ass. And that's the story of
That's
how
all
Review
Rich
Tech USA
does.
went 0-5 in just
That's all Rich does is kick his own ass, bro.
5 days.
All you
The
have
most
to do is
interesting
give
thing
him
about
the
this
rope.
week-long train wreck was that there was one guy who Rich was unwilling to face off with during this period. One guy who he was actively ducking. It's ironic because this is also the one guy whose name Rich finds it impossible to keep out of his mouth. Dark Side Phil. Prior to the 5-day gauntlet of humiliation, a few days even before he deleted his channel, Rich was supposed to have a one-on-one interview with none other than the king of content, Dark Side Phil. Bro,
How do you let Rich get a dub off you?
when I tell you this was Rich's dream for like the better part of the past decade, I'm not joking. The initial catalyst for Review Tech USA and the quartering originally becoming enemies was that Jeremy got an interview with DSP before Rich did, and Rich turned into a pillar of salt over it. Finally, Phil granted Rich his ultimate wish, but he didn't go through with it. He no-showed DSP.
Oh man, I
'Cause
got
he's fucking
some
fat
stuff
and
to say about
lazy.
Philip, and then I'm moving on. I'll give you a spoiler. I ain't gonna do the fucking interview.
Why would he do this? Why did Rich not seize upon an opportunity he's been looking forward to for most of the past decade? Well, I think Phil gave a pretty good answer to that.
I told you in an ultimatum, I said, either agree to it or we're never doing it. And he said, okay, I'll do it. Now I'm not in the mood for it. Then
So
why did you
that
say you wanted to do
obviously
it?
was a
'Cause
lie.
remember, when I was the whipping boy of the internet, correct? Everyone wanted to rag on me. Everyone wanted me on their show. Everyone wanted to interact with Darkside Phil because you could dunk on
Right
me.
off
but
with
now
his
things
head.
have changed. Now the tables have turned. You don't want to get dunked on by Phil, so now you don't want the interaction. This fucking guy tried to get me on his show for like 5 years. He kept saying he wanted me on his show, he wants me in his content. I DM'd him on Twitter to wish his daughter well when I found out she was sick, and the next words out of his mouth were, hey, you want to come on the show?
In the most ironic twist in Rich's
Yeah,
career,
that is
besides him
really
almost never
fucked
reviewing
up.
tech when his name is Review Tech USA, when he finally got the special interview with DSP that he always wanted, he turned it down because he knows in his heart that the lolcow meta has shifted in such a way that Phil now has a puncher's chance of coming out looking slightly better than him. And looking
he
like a
did.
bigger lolcow than Philip
Well, he
Burnell
didn't,
is something that Rich just can't risk the possibility
why I
of.
said
He
that.
would have to leave the internet if that happened. In other words, he's a bitch.
You're a mega ultra bitch. That's the only way to quantify this. You're a bitch.
Imagine ducking and getting
Right?
dunked on by Dark Side Phil. Rich, I think it's time to hang up the gloves. It's easy to forget and kind of surreal to remember that all of this has just been the byproduct of 9 months of poor decision making. Review Tech USA burned it all to the ground in less than a year. And now he has
His
no
life
host to slide
is
into
bad
the DMs
choices.
of, no editor to carry his dying channel, and no million sub channel, period. All he has
To
now are his
prop his
gummies,
ass up,
his sparkling water, and an applause button.
This motherfucker is hitting a button that's making people applaud for him. Do you know how fucking pathetic that is? The people that hit the button.
Bro, it's because he's desperate. He's fucking desperate. He's desperate for content, bro. Or, like, respect and recognition. He's desperate. Yes, and he is very, very gay. He is exceedingly gay. Dude, we're going to have to cover Nova at some point. Chomo Nova, bro, god damn. This guy is a fucking freak. Rich and Phil are a sad reminder that once you go lolcow, you don't go back. Well, that is true. That is true, 64-bit Ben. But Rich, for a point in time, was almost the only person to ever claw his way out of being a lolcow. And then as soon as he saw the sun and was at the top of the mountain about to cross the threshold, his ass looked down and said, well, fuck it, and sent it all the way back down to the bottom, bro. And here we are. But goddamn, talk about dumb. Rich is a dipshit. All right, let's see what Chomo Nova is up to.
No, I don't smell.
Wait, what? No! Squirtle, no! Why is it always these greasy, butter-teeth, four-eyed freaks? I bet he's a fucking... I bet this guy, bro, I bet this guy is some kind of fucking weirdo.
Yo!
Yo!
We've got a good one today, everybody, because for some reason, Nova has decided that he's going to go on his showering arc. He wants to completely transform himself and become a nice little clean boy, and he's going to film himself taking these showers to hold himself accountable. But first, we have to build up to
the average DSP fan.
If you've ever looked into a stream of Nova's, read a comment section,
pretty much
participated in a poll before on any of his platforms, you would see that the two most reoccurring comments for him are to take a shower and review shampoo and conditioner, obviously as a joke because he's greasy and stinky, or
he
go
looks
on to
smelly.
Indeed and apply for a job and get a job application. Those are the two things that people are looking for. Now, we'll have to hold off for the latter a little bit later, all right? You guys, we can't get all the sagas in once, all right? Instead, we're going to focus on him being a nice little clean boy. And in order to accomplish that, we got to sort of build up because...
Oh, God, yeah?
32 Frets 66C has just tipped $10 through Super Chat. This will be Rich's son in the next 10 years.
Yeah. Yep.
No, you're not gonna say no.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I remember what you said to Grace, bro. As soon as you apologize to her and mean it, I'll apologize to you and your troop of homunculi monster trash bags that you call a family.
Recently, he did some live streams, he made some posts, and he's starting to get really ticked off at the...
You don't go there. What do you mean? You don't go there. Whoa, you don't go there. Hey, no. Dude, Andy Ditch, we got to cover the poop squatch. We got to cover the poop squatch, bro. I fucking hate him. I hate him.
At the trolls online, everybody being rude to him. And it all stems from him trying to showcase and trying to build up his little bracelet company, Novacord.
These are two different types of paracord from two different...
Okay, so genuine question. This is like a 15-year-old kid, right? Hi, monkey. What's the matter? What? You gonna go potty? Oh, shit. Okay, give me a second. He's no fucking way he's 21. He looks like a child. Okay, but give me a second. I will be right back. I gotta take him to the bathroom real quick. We don't ignore our animals around here. And we don't put them in diapers. I'll be right back. Okay, buddy, come on. All right, I'm back. Here. Rich, this song is for you, buddy. You can't be me, buddy. You'll never be me, my friend. No matter how much weight you lose. You know, I can safely say I've never had any kind of intercourse with a homunculus.
It's funny how niggas get too screw facing at me. Anyhow, they ain't got the heart to get at me. I'll get down. South is the hood that I come from.
You know, I can eat pizza without bugs on it, bro. What? I don't think you've ever eaten anything without bugs on it.
You done fucked up your re-up at the dice game. Who told you put a G up? Everybody mad when they paper don't stack right. But when I come around, y'all niggas better act right. When we got the tops down, you can hear the system thump, nigga. When we
okay, but if I'm being honest, I'm kind of done with that. You want it? Here.
Mad at me, I think I know why. Nigga, use a window.
No, that was plenty. Give me a sec. God damn it. I should have grabbed a napkin. My bad.
In the dealership trying to get a test drive. Nigga, use a window shopper. Mad as fuck when you see me ride by.
All right. Let's get back into Chomo Nova here.
Different companies. I'm not going to disclose the name of the companies because that would be displacing trade secrets to my business. But Let's see which one's better.
What?
It would be displacing.
This is a very sturdy piece of cord. And when I squish it like this, I can
When
tell
I
it's
left,
very sturdy.
it was Dire
Let's do it, let's
Docks
do like
from
a pull
Super
test.
Mario 64. This one? Yeah. This is the Mario one. Who, Chomo Nova? No, I don't think he can keep a job. I think that's his problem. Like, he keeps getting fired. I believe he got fired again today.
All right, they're just as sturdy as each other.
Yep, that's rope all right. We got some nylon rope over here, and we're going to see which one's stronger. We can't be giving away our trade secrets. Whatever Temu factory that he's ordering in bulk off of in order to resell. I don't even know. I've never even gone to figure out how much one of his bracelets costs. It would probably be
his hair looks
insulting
terrible.
to figure out how much he actually charges for these
I
things.
need to cut mine
and all
off.
these mysterious
Shave it
people
all off.
purchasing them. I'm very suspicious, but he's showing off. Well, I only use the greatest quality, but it turns out his two comparisons are the exact same like anything else. It's like when you go to the grocery store and you're buying the name brand versus the store brand, and you figure out, wait a second, these are basically the exact same thing. And, you know, maybe people will begin to figure that out, but I'm a bit suspicious.
It's
because
disgusting,
if you're already as
greasy
dumb as
hair,
rocks,
yeah.
just a bundle of rocks on the side of the road, you probably aren't bright enough, smart enough to figure out, this is a terrible investment of my time.
Probably
and it'll
not.
sort of reoccur a little bit later in the video when we talk about
He
his
really
shower
does look
saga,
like
where
Rich,
it's
though.
like,
That's
people
funny.
so quickly, whenever they see somebody start to do
Fat boy.
something slightly positive, just throw everything else out that person has done out the window and say, he's turning it around, guys. He's taking a shower. Guys, he's trying to start a business. I'm just trying to help him out. Nah, I'm going to keep the twinkle, twinkle, little star ingrained into my brain for the rest of my life. So I'm not going to let that live, let him live that down, all right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just such a cruel, wicked person. But don't worry. He still has some more motivational speech in order to inflict upon his audience.
You're not going to be able to
So,
live.
I get emailed all the time
stealing all
questions
the
about
hugs.
Novacord.
Excuse me, sir.
What's the
Why are you
pricing?
flipping around?
How do I order? Are they edible? Which they are not. So quit asking that.
His
I
paracords
ship
are
worldwide.
edible.
But however, if the country has sanctions on U.S. shipping,
Dude.
such as North Korea, then I cannot ship there.
Oh. Okay. Oh shit, it's Rich's song. We already played that song though. What do you... Of course you can't ship to North Korea, you dumbass. I can't ship to North Korea. Is he a Jack Russell Terrier? No, he's a Chihuahua. He's just a giant monster of a Chihuahua. Look at how long this fat boy is. Look, he's a long boy. Okay, I'll put you down. I'm sorry. I won't do that. I won't do that again. They were just curious how long you were. Is that okay? Why you gotta be a good boy, huh? Give me those ears. What'd you see in over there? Yeah. What? What's over there? What's over there? He's a thick boy. He's a fatso is what he is. He's such a good dog. Bro, he's such a good boy.
But I can ship pretty much anywhere else in the world.
Only the countries that have sanctions, guys. You know, all the one countries like North Korea. And personally, as saturated content and understanding that 99.9% of my audience comes from North Korea, I feel like this is very disrespectful. But it keeps me sleeping well at night, understanding that none of you are purchasing one of these bracelets for him. So you know, it comes and goes with how I really feel, but at the end of the day, I feel like we're really coming out on top. And it's just like,
look at that fucking face, bro. How do you look like Mrs. Puff if she became a human?
Anytime that somebody poses a little joke, 90% of the time it just flies over his head. He's just like, nah, guys, you can't eat it, silly gooses. Oh, yeah. Nova, that was a serious question. I'm glad that you really weeded that one out of the crowd.
He does.
Because
he has them chomo eyes.
I was afraid that somebody was going to interpret it and say, you know what? I should eat this. I need to eat this right now. Nova's little greasy hands have been all over it. You know, I might be able to taste last week's dinner if I eat this right now. And honestly, you know, there's some freak channel out there that will probably do it. It's just like when Belle Delphine had her bathwater. You know, somebody out there would eat the greasy entrails of Nova's bracelets that he's leaving outside. But don't worry. You know, obviously, I know you're concerned about Nova's well-being. How is he going to get his funds up? How is he going to get his bread up? Well, don't worry, because he's also returning to Cameo at the same time.
I'm returning to Cameo.
So right now, I have smart prices fluctuating on my videos. I'm going to decrease the price on Cameo on my Cameo anniversary date to just $15. That's right. The original price of my cameos down to $15 on my Cameo anniversary date, October 20th. Got a bubble stuck in my throat there at the end.
Yeah, thanks for leaving that in, Nova.
Yeah,
that's
thank
something
you
that
for
everybody
telling
wants
everybody
to hear
about that.
and
What the
witness
fuck?
at the same time. Yeah, I in the middle of your Cameo club, don't worry, guys. $15. Come get me for $15. It kind of reminds me of when Uncle Adams was on Cameo, and I think his was like $25 or $35 or something like that. Just ludicrous. Like the numbers that these people will think that.
God damn, he really, really looks like the fucking the South Park fucking World of Warcraft guy. Holy shit.
People actually want to get a message from. Comment down below, guys. How much am I worth? How much is my voice worth? I know that nowadays you can just put it into an AI detector and you can write your own messages for you, but how much would you pay? Thousands? Probably. I mean, next week's rations, I mean, we're all living in Korea at this point, so hey, next week's rations, hook a boy up. That's what I'm more concerned about. But what Nova should be more concerned about, instead of, you know, trying to get his bread up, is maybe he needs to install some security systems around his house, because once again, there are people showing up. And it's kind of funny, because when you go to his page, you'll see now you can put pictures in the comments on TikTok and stuff like that. Well, there's like this Bigfoot sighting type of picture that Nova has that they post.
I also really like those electrolits. I really like those. In the morning, if I can't get a cup of water in the morning, I'll stop and I'll get an electrolyte. It's basically Gatorade, but it has like a few more things in it, I guess. But I really like it.
All the time that I think is hilarious, but he's getting run-ins with the trolls, and it's not.
Bro, ew! You're 21 years old, sir. First off, brush your teeth. Secondly, wash your goddamn face. Second, take a fucking shower. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at that. What is that? Oh, the electrolytes or the Gatorades? I like Gatorade, but I like electrolytes a little bit more. Liquid IV is a good one. You think? I haven't had that.
Going well. He's having a rough time. Mama's trying to watch her Halloween movies or some shit, and he's screeching out the front door in the middle of the night.
If anyone's on my property, get the fuck off of it! Gabriel, stop yelling at that, especially like that. You don't yell like that out the door at this time of night. What about our neighbors?
I have a strict no trespassing policy, you know that.
Gabriel, you still don't yell like that out the door at night. That's embarrassing.
I love that Nova has to clarify. I have a strict no trespassing policy because everybody else that lives inside the house, they have an open trespassing policy. But, you know, come right on.
Bro, what is that face? He genuinely looks like a boar monster.
On in, walk inside. As long as you're delivering your weekly rations to my house, come on down. Let's hang out together, you know. Let's talk about Nova sometime. It's just so funny, and it's the fact that, like, yeah, I mean, they're living in a trailer in Oregon or whatever, Washington, Idaho, wherever, somewhere in that region.
No
and it's
fucking
like,
way.
I don't know how close their neighbors necessarily are, because every time he records a video outside, it doesn't seem like, you know, they have a yard. It doesn't seem like they're
we
too
should
close
send
to
Phil
each other,
after
but yeah,
him.
it's probably annoying to see the Spurg come out and just shout at the top of his lungs at like midnight. No trespassing, get out of here. For all you know, it's probably some like kid riding his bike down the street and Nova's getting paranoid and he's saying, you know what, I need to be able to establish my land claims here. I can't be having people show up here and just disrespecting me. And I feel like this
I've always wanted to take a road trip, but I've never really thought about where I'd want to go in the United States.
He has a terrible temper and like.
I kind of just really want to go to Italy. And then Japan. And then probably nowhere else. I'd really want to go and experience the culture of Japan. Right? And I'd want to experience the history and the architecture and stuff of like Italy. And the food and the culture. Well, and also like all that stuff too of Japan. So basically, I want to go to Japan and Italy for the same exact reason. I don't know why I went the long way of saying that. All right.
Like sometimes he'll just lash out. But at the same time,
what
he
the
tries
fuck
to put
is
on this, I'm so happy.
Bro, why does this lady look like you? So you guys know that one South Park episode where Stan figures out that he's from Jersey? Bro, she looks like Snooki from that episode.
I'm so cheery. Let's
Snooki
be best
wants
friends. Let's join
smush.
my Discord. Only if you're under 18. Let's hang out together. Come on, guys. Let's do it. And now he's starting to do these live streams. He's getting angry. He's trying to make his bracelets to show off to everybody. But everybody keeps trolling him. How many fingers in your butt? You know, it's not going well for the man.
The milk was all expired. I only weigh 275 pounds. That's not a lot compared to some people. I don't know if I've told everyone this. Everyone who watched the YouTube stream last night knows this. I'm down 15 pounds from 270. I'm now 255. There it is. There's your proof. No, I don't smell.
So we've really literally reached this point in Nova's arc where he is so stinky and so smelly, and he, you know, everybody's calling him out for it, and his rationale is to just, you know, go full-time cologne, Axe body spray all over yourself, because we all knew those kids in school. You would go to the gym locker room after going to gym class, and instead of taking a shower or at least washing their hair or something, they're just going to douse themselves in Axe body spray and say, yep, that's the exact same thing. And instead you just smell like Arctic ass, you know, that's the smell that you do smell like. And it's even worse because something about it,
Arctic
I've
ass.
never really
That's
used Axe.
one.
I'm more of a upgraded fellow personally, but it feels like it doesn't really get rid of the odor. It just sort of exemplifies it, and it gives you it's like it smells kind of okay, then you get closer and you're like, oh, it smells worse, and you get closer and you're like, what the hell is that smell? That would be Nova at this point. And he's talking about his weight and whatever, 270 pounds
right,
at
dude.
his height
God.
is ludicrous. It is very large, very morbidly obese. Terrible, awful. But he claims he's trying to lose weight or something. That picture of the scale doesn't necessarily prove anything. It could have been taken at any time, honestly. But maybe next time, now that he's doing a shower saga thing that we'll get to here in a little bit, maybe he can incorporate, let's weigh myself on the scale now too. And who knows, that might be the next step. But instead, he's going to keep doing these live streams, and all of the trolls and everybody coming after him is starting to make him really pissed off. And, you know, he's just going to end it the best way possible.
What?
Yeah, fuck you! Fuck this shit. Phone needs to charge anyway.
He literally ripped ass right in front of your face, and you just took it. You just took it. You just dropped a beef stew all over your mouth, and you just ate that right up. You said, "Thank you, sir. Can I please have some more?" "Oh, Saturated, you're the one that put it in the video. I had no idea what was coming." Yeah, well, maybe you should learn to run away, alright? You never know what Saturated's gonna be posting up here, alright? So, sorry that I had to do that to you, but the audacity. And it's not even like he probably thought that it was gonna be a silent one, because he full on lifted up his cheeks and said, "Yes, sir, I'm about to blow this chair away. I'm about to lift off like a jetpack through my trailer ceiling. Watch out, here I come." And it's just like, on one hand, gross, and on the other hand, kind of respect it. You're just going full-blown ass right in front of everybody, and it's gonna be loud, and it's gonna ripple off of your cushion, and you just don't care. You don't even acknowledge it. Instead, you just get mad at everybody trolling on you, and you say, "Fuck this, I'm getting out of here. You guys suck." Power move, honestly.
So,
Goddamn, that was
do a series of trying different Gatorade flavors until there's
How
more
about you
flavors left to
try different toothpaste?
But should I do a series of trying Gatorade flavors until there's no more in my area left to try, or until I run out of the ones to buy on Amazon? Let me know.
So if you remember, I don't know if it was the last episode or maybe 2 episodes ago, he said he was going to do every Arizona flavor. Well, I guess that's fallen through, and now he just wants to drink some other sugary drink that he can show off to his audience. And in this clip in particular,
dude is pheromone maxing. Such a weirdo.
To be completely honest, you know, I've never been a huge fan. Once
he
I
looks
started
like Asmongold if he ate another Asmongold.
Drinking your calories is like the worst thing you could possibly do. It just like, it's sugar and provides no nutritional value to at all. And yeah, it's just bad. But you know, somebody like Nova, he's just utterly attracted to the unhealthy and the you know, something that would bring attention to himself, and that includes other food items, because he decided to do this very stinky, very smelly
he's so
food
fucking
review
filthy
of making the most garlicky pizza ever, and then reviewing it on his channel and talking about how stinky he's gonna be.
I got the most garlicky pizza that I could get at Mod Pizza because I love
garlic.
Alright, now let's try the garlicky pizza.
He was. Yeah, but he kind of like ran away, and he's gonna stream tomorrow. Bro, I have this man spooked. I'm telling you, I have this man spooked. He only streams 3 days a week now. Only 3. He's down from 7 to 5, from 5 to 3. Pretty soon, it's going to be none.
I got garlic rub, garlic pesto, chopped garlic, roasted garlic. Pretty much anything that had garlic in the name at Mod, I got it.
Oh,
My
God.
breath is gonna smell so bad later, but it's gonna be so worth it.
Why would this ever be worth it? Who thinks this is a good idea? And at the same time, let's be real, guys. He's only really interacting with his dog, his mom, and the clerk at the 7-Eleven down the street, right? Like, his interaction with...
The pizza does look kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, where's anything on there, bro? It just looks like shit.
with people is not too much. We don't know.
At
though.
least it's
when
not
he's shouting
bugs.
outside of his door at some person allegedly in his yard or whatever, or walking by. Maybe it's like a SpongeBob stink smell, like the little green waves coming out of his mouth. Just maybe that's the protection. He doesn't need any high-tech technology. Instead, he can just keep eating garlic. You know, just eat raw or garlic cloves and just say, "Yep, that's my defense mechanism. I'm gonna stink him away from the house." Now, unsurprisingly, when you do activities like this, where you're like, "I'm gonna drink as much sugary drinks as possible," as you have like brown teeth, and then at the same time you say, "I'm gonna eat stinky food because my breath is gonna stink." Well, some people might, start to put two and two together and say, "Man, maybe this guy's hygiene's not very good." And Nova's gonna come back and say, "Guys, I've seen all your comments and it's gotten to me and I've got to change myself. Time to take a shower every day." Come on, bro.
After this video, I need to take a shower. But I posted a YouTube poll not too long ago asking if y'all wanted to see Gatorade reviews. I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. My hygiene's a total problem. Sorry if I look a little off, I just got kind of done with crying because I know how big of a problem this is. And this is the start of a new me. Like, I will actually stick to this time. The haters have been on me for too long and I'm sick of it. I'm changing today.
Now, me personally, I know I'm kind of a prude. I Killjoy over here. He's just gonna pour some water on the party, but I don't think that it should be celebrated or applauded when a 21-year-old starts to take a shower.
Dude,
regularly.
That's what I was just about to say.
Like that
You're
might
20.
Need to be the bare minimum.
You should do this
as long
by
as you
default
have the means
already.
to actually take a shower, i.e. you have a place to live that's somewhere safe and you have running water, yeah, I think you should be taking a shower, especially when you juxtapose it with all the different gross things that we've covered that he does and how much time he just wastes sitting inside the dump of a house that he lives in, doesn't clean it at all, doesn't clean himself, and that's...
He lives with his parents, right? Probably. That's what he does, using his fucking buckler shield to try and fucking tank. Bro, he tried to tank with a buckler shield. With a buckler shield. He's so dumb.
That's part of the problem too, is because if he's actually going to do these shower videos, you have to change your clothes, bro. You can't be wearing the same clothes every single day and then expect yourself to not be a stinky little boy. Maybe you have to, I don't know, start picking up all the empty trash around your house. Let's get another cleaning saga up in this bitch, alright? Let's do that. And then, let's take our clothes, let's put them in a washer, alright? Let's get some detergent, alright? Buy it at the store. I know you might have to cut back on some Gatorades. I know
yeah, it is a problem. You're also
but
20. It
then
should
you
be a
pour it
real
into
problem.
the washer and you turn it on. And then your clothes get rid of all the stink and the smell and the slime and the grease that's on it, and now you have clean, fresh smelling clothes. I know, foreign concept. It's just, maybe I'm putting too much on him, and you might be wondering, what is the next step, right? Because he can claim this, he can talk about how he's gonna do these things. How is he actually gonna prove it?
I'm doing daily shower videos. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna film myself while I have no clothes on in the shower. That is obviously against TikTok's TOS. Alright, guys, I just got out of the shower. And for those of you who don't believe me, here's some proof that I actually was in the shower. We're good. Shower's done.
So he's literally going to show himself in the shower. And I'm going to bring up the point here that I haven't seen any of the comment sections mention.
I took a shower, guys. Do you see? Do you see how I just put water in my hair?
You know, I've seen
Fucking
some people
moron.
saying now we're trying to monetize taking a shower. That's the point of the arc that we're at with Nova at this point. That's an interesting
It
quandary.
really
At
was,
the same time,
bro.
I'm gonna say
It really
I think
was
he's
a
getting
mistake.
some sort of sick fascination out of this. I think he wants to show himself being a clean little boy. I don't know what it is. You know, he has this whole baby
Probably
issue thing, right? And it's like, part of that is like, gotta clean the baby. Maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know. I'm spitballing. I'm speculating here. Let me know what you guys think, because personally, I think it's bizarre to just say, you know what,
bro, you can see how dirty he is by how dirty the water is coming out of his hair. My shit's as soft as a fucking pillow. I need to brush my hair. I'm not gonna lie, I need to fucking brush my hair. But my shit is soft and clean. Bro, I really do need to brush my hair. Holy shit, I didn't know it was that bad. Okay, so I didn't know that hair could hold dirt like this. Like, it's so weird.
guys, I'm going on a shower journey. I'm gonna shower every day. Here's videos of me naked in the shower. Now, you're not gonna see the naughty parts. If you're 17 or under, join my Discord, and then you can see the naughty parts uncensored in chat. You know, like,
I mean, that is
I don't know
Nova.
what the justification for it is, outside of, if you take a shower, everybody will be able to see that you've taken a shower. Your skin will look clearer, your hair will look cleaner, things like that, right? So what's the need to feel that I need to show myself showering every time? That's my question.
Noticing it is the first step, actually performing it is the second. This actually encouraged you to get out of your comfort zone, do something new. And for those of you saying that I wouldn't follow up, who's laughing now? I'm changing for the much, much better. But, yeah. That shower was once again very refreshing. Like, obviously I like my showers warm, and it just felt really, really good.
And that's my whole point again. Who is this motivating? Who is this inspiring? You
What
know,
is
maybe
that?
Cyrax is to check out this video 101. Now, he's locked inside the attic, so he can't really escape to go take a shower.
What
and
is that,
We know
bro?
that hot water would probably just turn him into liquid sludge or something, so probably not a great look, but at the same time, I'm suspicious. I'm just putting it out.
Like, it's clear this guy has Arrested Development, right? But my boy, have you gone through puberty yet? Like, what is your face? Dude looks like a mixture between a 15-year-old and like an adult. What the fuck are you? Are you an alien? How do you simultaneously look like a child and an adult at the same time? At the same time. What is that fucking underbite, bro?
Out there again.
That's
I don't know what
crack
his
mouth going
rationale for this is. I don't think that it's for a good cause, obviously. If you go to his comments section, I think people will slowly begin to turn and be like, this is weird, right? We're watching a 21-year-old guy taking a shower every day. What's going on here? Wait. There has to be some sort of backstory. And honestly, who knows how long this will actually last, because if you look at any of the other arcs that he's done, like the gym arc or food review arcs or anything like that, they last maybe a week or two, and then he gets tired of it and moves on to doing something else, because he's already made a post talking about, well, guys, I still have old videos. Don't you want to see the old videos? Don't you want to think about the old me? Seems like he's going to go back.
Hey all, so I've got a question for you all. Even though I'm on this new me arc, I've got a lot of old drafts of the old...
He's definitely a victim of Tylenol.
Told me, and now that I'm kind of new, I'm kind of embarrassed to post them, so do you guys want me to post the old drafts and just show the way I was before and after?
You guys want to see? You want to see how he changes over time? You want to see he's going to turn into a nice chiseled hunk. All you guys are going to be breaking down his cameo, paying $100 a share. Come on, let me get
Maximum
a 5-second
strength
clip for $1,000. Come on, Nova, you're so hot
Same,
now. You take a shower. Ooh, baby. That's what I'm into.
I'd take a shower.
I don't know, guys. Who knows where this arc is going to go? I think it's very intriguing and very suspicious at the same time. Either way, hope you enjoyed. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
You guys want to check in on Phil for a minute?
Call him, right? Oh, I have his information to contact with him online. So, like, here's my idea. I'll run it by you guys, and here's what's going to happen is people are going to tell him my idea now because that's what people do is they just reiterate. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's see what you guys think of this, all right? Where the hell is the job? Is that it? Here it is. I was like, where the hell is it? There it is. All right, I got to turn around. Here's my idea, all right? I don't want to do anything that's a humongous commitment for the guy. Because number one, I know that he's already said that on a whim, he might go back to Lolcow Live if he needs the money. We don't know how the next month's going to go for him. I mean, there is Call of Duty, but he hates the game. He knows Call of Duty is a moneymaker for him. But what's to say that it's going to go super well or whatever? So, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. The way he answered me on the podcast when he was like, oh, I might go back on Lolcow, I think he's going back on Lolcow. I don't know in what capacity. I don't know exactly when. But I feel like he's going to. I feel like he really doesn't want to. But much like Call of Duty, he understands that it's the one major way he can make money. And so he's just going to end up doing it.
Yeah, he's talking about wings.
If he wants to do it,
I was trying to figure it out there for a second, too.
So that's the thing. Like, he can never commit to be doing something ongoing with me if he, at a whim, needs to drop everything to go back on Lolcow to make money. So, here's my idea, and let's see if you guys like this idea or not, okay? I would like to maybe every once in a while do some content with Wings, all right? First of all, I really enjoyed the conversation that we had together last week. It seems the general consensus here is that everyone enjoyed the appearance, that there was, you know, good discussion, good conversation about a lot of topics we didn't really flesh out. We didn't get a chance to because it was 2 hours and, you know, we were the first time ever meeting. You go all over the place, bouncing all over topics. So here's what I think. I think that maybe every once in a while, all right, we should do something together like a show just like that, okay? Now, when you say, well, what is this, a dead end? How the fuck do I get out?
You don't.
How do I get out with this load? It's a dead end.
How do I get out with this load?
I guess I gotta turn around.
Kids do not drink and drive. All right.
Let's see if I can turn the truck around. Okay. So, rather than him committing and being like, yeah, let's do a dedicated show together that we're gonna do like every week or every few weeks or, you know, it's going to be on a schedule. I don't think he wants to do that. To be honest, I really don't think he wants to do that. If he wants to do that and he wants to come back at me and say, yes, I'd like to do that, that's different. I'm not getting that vibe. I think he's the kind of guy, he wants to shoot the shit every once in a while, maybe get caught up on topics, maybe talk about our history together as content creators and stuff like that. I think that's really where it shines, is doing these kind of one-off shows every once in a while. All right? I'd be okay with that. Like, for example, what if the end of November, we do another show together. And then maybe to end the year, like a Christmas appearance where he shows up on the Level 1 podcast and we hang out together talking about Christmas shit. I think that would be cool, right?
No.
I'd like to talk to him about what he did, Christmas traditions when he was growing up, what he does now with his family. Like, what does he do for Christmas? I'd love to hear it. I think that would be fascinating to compare stories and things about Christmas and different things that we like and stuff like that. So, boy, this is a real pain in the ass to get around corners with these forklifts. Holy shit, this is going to be a real annoying job. So I'm thinking maybe we do something together around Thanksgiving-ish. Maybe it could be right before Thanksgiving, maybe right after Thanksgiving. And then maybe we do something for Christmas. And it's just, basically, he just appears on the podcast, just like we did, you know, last week. We don't have to do it all the time. It doesn't even have to be monthly. I'm just saying it would be nice to do something around Thanksgiving and something around Christmas as like one-off appearances just to hang out. I think that would be good content, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm totally okay with paying him for his time by splitting whatever profits that we make. So if he decides to show up on the show and there's stream revenue, because he's not streaming his end, I'm streaming it, I would split the stream revenue with the guy. Like, for example, you know, whatever we make when he's on the show, I would split with him. Now, I don't know what we would make, and also it would be his prerogative if he wants to shout out contributions or not. Because the more we shout out live when he's on the show, the more he's going to make. If we don't shout them out, then they're all going to come out after he's gone, in which case, you know, then he's not involved, right? So I'd be down for that. Exactly, like Smart Guys. When I was doing Smart Guys,
wait a fucking
I was
minute.
splitting the profits with the co.
Wait a fucking minute. Wait a fucking minute. So if he's on the show and you make super chats, if he does not shout them out, he forfeits his portion of the money, and you just pocket that portion of the money. What? Why the fuck would he want to do anything with you? You just want to use him. You just want to use him as somebody that's gonna fucking read your super chats for you.
Co-host, okay? So that's what I would do. Now, it's up to him if he wants to do that or not. He told me he didn't want any money. So if that's the case, he wants to appear and not make any money, that's up to him too. But that's the offer I've got for him. 50-50 split of anything that comes in when he's on the show. Have him appear around Thanksgiving-ish and around Christmas. And each time we could talk a little bit about those holidays, but also talk about how we're doing in our own content, talk about our history as creators. I think it would be great, okay? And hell, you want to call it? Here you go. Wings and the King. Special edition, Wings and the King on the Level 1 podcast. That's my idea. If you guys like it, let me know. If you don't like it, it's ass, then we don't have to do it. But that's my idea. So, and that's the thing. I wonder if he wants to do it or not. But again, he hasn't answered me. Basically, he just says he doesn't like talking online about anything. So I don't know how I'm supposed to get his feedback. Maybe what'll happen is now you guys will go to his stream and tell him this idea, see if he likes it, and maybe we'll talk about it publicly on his stream, and that's how I'll get his feedback. I know this is the weirdest, most roundabout way to ever get feedback on an idea, because I don't know why he can't just answer me, but he can't. He says that he doesn't like talking to people online, so here you go. Okay?
Everything you said
why
has
not
made
call it
people
Kings
stupid.
of Redemption? What do you guys think about that? The Kings of Redemption.
That's so goddamn
That's catchy too.
No, it isn't.
That's actually probably a more catchy name than what I came up with. The Kings of Redemption. There you go. Shit, am I getting off? Okay.
That would be funny.
We need to get to a normal speed. This speed is ass. It's too slow.
Leave it to kick.
Cruise control speed. And then I can talk more with you guys. I can do the shout out. But right now we're stuck at 45 miles per hour, which is garbage. We got to get to a good speed here.
Why can't you just shout people out?
Okay, cruise control. All right. Thank you to Maconium for a $10 super chat. Let's get that up on the leaderboard, Maconium. Thank you so much. That's our biggest super chat of the night, so let's get Maconium on the leaderboard. Thank you, thank you. Good support so far tonight. We're already past the third of our goal to 62 bucks. Please, let's keep that momentum going. Remember, the more you know, engagement and support we get, I'll keep this in the rotation. As long as we hit our goal and we get people hanging out and talking and having a good time, this will be once a week moving forward. And again, I think the goal right now should be, can we actually keep this going through the end of the year into 2026? That would be fascinating. I never would have thought that a game like this would have had this longevity, but it has. You guys like when I use the wheel accessory. You like when I hang out and I have a couple drinks with you.
So dumb.
To ongoing success of American Truck Sim, right, everyone? Let's go. When I go on Wings' show, Wings doesn't have a talk show. Wings doesn't do a podcast and doesn't have a talk show. He just streams games, so that wouldn't even work. How would that work? I'll be honest with you guys, I really am not interested in doing co-op gaming with Wings at this point. I think it's more fascinating to just hang out and talk rather than gaming.
Oh no, Dasher, don't sleep. Do not sleep. Do not sleep.
Oh, I don't do a podcast either? Then what's that thing that all my trolls complain about that I do in the morning before I stream? And they all say, oh, where's the game? Where's the game? Why are you doing this podcast?
It's not a podcast.
I don't do a podcast, huh?
It's not. You just call it the Level 1 podcast.
That's the thing, the dumb shit people say about me now has now gotten to the point where it's so self-hypocritical of the trolls and critics that it's laughable.
What?
How on earth can you actually have a point when you contradict yourself in the fucking point? You claim I don't do a podcast, then you complain that I'm doing a podcast instead of gaming. But you can't do both. It's either I'm doing a podcast or I'm not. You're an idiot.
You're not. You just call it that.
Sylvanas, I say Kings now. Wings does not do a talk show. In fact, Wings has outright said he enjoys being part of a show as long as he doesn't have to direct it and run it. He's outright said that. He said he'll do a show as long as he doesn't have to actually organize it and do topics and run it. He just wants to join the show as a guest. He's outright said this before.
Shut the fuck up. All right, guys. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to get up on out of here, man. Thank you all for watching and going on this fun little journey with me. I really do appreciate you guys. It's just like PKA. He just wants to show up, make money, and leave. He wants to put in no work, put in none of the effort, but he wants to collect an equal share. He's lazy. He wants the most amount of money for nothing. He's exactly like Phil. He's ridiculous, man. But anyway, I'm going to go get some food because I'm hungry. I've only eaten that one pizza that you saw. So I will see you guys next time. I appreciate you all for stopping by, watching the classics with me, running through some old stuff, watching some Mikey No More, dude. Shout out to Mikey No More, man. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Get some fucking sleep, man. That shit doesn't come by all the time. Have a good